Oh no.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. Incredible weekend, actually. Good morning, Peter. How are you today?
Good morning, Carlos. Yes, I had a great weekend. The weather was absolutely fantastic. We had a wonderful sort of summer type weekend. Had a baby baptism and first birthday party yesterday, and I got to watch the Team Canada win their first ever World Cup match in a finals. So on to the round of 16, baby. Very first team to play, very first team to win. So it was very exciting. So
very nice, very nice. Glad to hear that, man. Sounds like an awesome weekend. For me, it was Toy Story Mania.
Toy Story.
Oh my goodness! You know what? It's crazy how time flies, man. The first Toy Story 1, I was 11 years old when that came out, 1995, and my daughter obviously was not born at the time, and we saw every single Toy Story leading up to number 5, which is in the theaters now, and then went to the theaters yesterday. So it took most of the day on Saturday, and man, the quality changes and the language too. We go from calling people idiots to being very soft towards the end of the film. Like, it's a change of tones, and what 1995 was acceptable to what's acceptable now. But man, what a great franchise, and you could hear the oldness of Tom Hanks as he was younger into his older age now. I mean, that was 30 years ago. That first one came out. Yeah, it's 30 years ago. Definitely a big difference. But yeah, a lot of fun. Have fun with that, and yeah, man, great weekend. Great weekend. So if you have kids, it's a great movie for you to check out. Quick look, friends, at our gappers. We got a bunch of stuff to go over today, but first, look at our gappers list. See what we got going on over here. It is a lot of green on the screen. I was expecting it to be pretty bad today, given all the headlines I'm reading. So maybe I'm misconnecting headlines with what the market is actually doing. But a lot of green on the screen this morning, and you can see here just a bit of stuff in the red. We'll get into all that. These are all tickers we've seen in the past, and looking forward to see how that is going to play out. But Peter, let's go to you for news, economic data, and some of the stuff you have for here today.
Well, you know what? You were talking about family. We were talking about our weekends. Maybe we should do Friday in 60 seconds and take a look about the big news that happened on Friday. Because you may notice that we're short one. And there's a reason why we're short a person. Because Eamon, as you can see, pictured here with his handsome wife and baby, they had a baby. Eamon is officially a dad. So that is exciting. I think that's like very exciting for everybody. So Eamon is a dad, and as you can see, these are my Photoshop skills. Eamon has not posted any pictures on social media of the baby, so I thought I'm not going to be the first. He actually sent us one, but I'm not going to put it on social media if he's not. So there you go. There's Amy. Awesome. What a beautiful family, eh? Aren't they lovely? Look at them. It's funny. They say when a couple's married, they start to look alike. I didn't think it would happen that fast, but there you go. You're welcome, everybody.
Congratulations to Eamon, man.
Oh my God.
Awesome stuff. Yeah.
I find it's I still have never met him in person, Carlos, and it's just one of those, our paths have never sort of crossed, but I feel sort of paternal towards him because like he was we met him, he was a university kid, a university kid, man, and he's grown up trading with us and making money in the markets, and he started businesses, and he's found love and created a family, and it's all pretty awesome. So it's just awesome to see that growth. And I said, one of the big things for someone whom I've never met in person, for him to have followed my advice and stayed in university and got that medical degree, I'm sort of proud of that. So I didn't do any of the work other than continually. Every time you would mention it, I'm like, dude, finish the degree, stay in school. So I'm really glad he did. Anyways, congratulations, Damon and the family. I love it. So it's pretty awesome. So there you go. So, but aside from that, Carlos, we did have on Friday. I guess we don't have, as you could tell, Carl Eamon's ability to put together very fancy slides. So we're going back to our old school remedial stuff. I can't believe we've been doing this since March, by the way, Carlos. I went back and looked at our files, and look at that, March. Anyways, the big news on Friday was really the drop of AI. AI, and AI is obviously still, a massive driver of the market. It's still creating trillions of dollars in aggregate expenditures and revenues for different companies. But it's also, got to the critical mass that analysts in Wall Street is starting to ask, where's the value? How are we going to make money out of this? And how are companies going to continue to prove the value of their investments in AI? So it's not, this is part of a cycle. It's not so surprising that this is the type of thing that's happening. And as much as that was the big news on Fridays, we saw AI stocks start to slide. We saw, the semiconductors didn't have the best of weeks last week. I actually like them because they've started to trade in a manner that I prefer, but I'm sure the market overall really wasn't as happy because they like growth, right? Everybody wants unlimited growth, but we're starting to ask, unfortunately, people are using the dreaded F word. And if you know what that is, that's fundamentals. I can't believe I said that on the air. But anyways, yes. So people are wondering, right? How are we going to make revenue out of this? Where are they actually going to make money? Now, we already know there's some companies that are making real money, right? The chip companies are examples. But, Micron, for example, when they posted their ridiculous earnings, everybody's like, wait a second. It's almost like it was too good. Micron's earnings were just so good. Everybody's like, well, hold on a sec. This is not sustainable, is it? Like companies can't continue to make that type of money, and I think, and they're probably not wrong, right? Because it is a little extreme, and I didn't put the numbers on the screen, Carlos. I wish I had them here for you. If you sort of see, let's see if I can do this quickly. Because Micron, we didn't really talk a lot about it previously, but being that, again, we don't have Eamon's summary, let's see if we can. We'll scramble to get everything together here.
Yeah, you want to bring it up on your screen? I'll bring that up. Okay.
This is the growth in profitability for Micron over the last, you can see, 6 years. And when they've gone, I mean, just look at their, obviously the most extreme example is their full year picture if you sort of look at the top line. But look at that sort of, look at that growth. Like, how do you, when you post earnings that, in 2023 you lost money, in 2024 you made $1.3 billion, it's just suddenly going in a matter of just a couple of years to 1.3 to 8 to 68 to 139. Like, it's just, people are starting to say, wait a second, right? Like, are we going to expect it to be, 270, 280, in 2028? Like, how does that seem reasonable? These are fiscal years, by the way. So, but anyways, it's just, it really, when you start to sit back, you're like, obviously this is not sustainable, right? You can't ramp forever. So it's interesting to me that the market's starting to ask these questions. And Carlos, maybe since we're here, doing this quickly, this leads us into my next segment. That, again, I don't have Eamon stuff, so this is my segment called "I Told You So." I'm not saying I told you so, but I told you so. So. Everybody's questioning, is AI a bubble? Because they're like, but it's a real thing and AI is real, and it is real. But like every bubble, there's usually some elements of actual business value and opportunity within it, but there's a lot of froth. there was a good analogy that somebody used, and I think I repeated to you guys a few weeks ago, where they said it's like pouring a beer with a lot of head. The problem is if you pour it into, consider the market sort of a solid glass. When you look down from the top, it's tough to tell where the foam ends and the beer starts. And so how much of this market is just foam, and how much of it is real beer? That's what everybody's going to start to figure out. And this is the exact same cycle that every bubble and every sort of these frothy markets goes through, right? Where they've got to, the internet boom and bust, we could see. We had it back in the railroads, if you really want to go back. Like, there's lots of different cycles that we've been through, and the pattern is the same every time. People get very excited. Things get overinflated. We get lots of companies that pop up and make a bunch of money. And that, well, when I say make a bunch of money, they see massive stock market growth. And then eventually everybody starts to say, well, wait a second, who's actually making money and where is the long-term opportunity? And then a bunch of companies die and a few survive. We're starting again. Let's not get overexcited. It's not like a bunch of companies are going to die tomorrow, but we're starting to see the market ask those questions, and we have to be aware of that. So if you guys are, managing long-term portfolios, just be aware there's going to be winners, and there's absolutely going to be a number of losers in AI. There's also going to be some new companies that we haven't even heard of yet that are come to the forefront and are going to take advantage of this and create new business value. So where that goes, I don't know. But it really is showing this AI question is providing in the short term. I think from a day trading perspective, it's very exciting because I am a short bias trader, and we're going to see that type of value questions give us opportunities as stocks move around, right? Because some are going to still be bullish, some are going to be bearish, some are going to be exiting the stock, some are going to still be looking to invest. So if that creates volatility, that creates trading opportunity, and that's what we want to see. So there's a lot of, I see Kevin in the chat room is saying, billionaires warning, they're selling, the crash is already here. This is the type of stuff you start to see as the bubble gets towards its peak, right? And again, don't necessarily side with the doomsayers, just like you got to be careful siding with those that are eternally bullish. So one way or the other, just be careful about the bust. I told you so. It was coming. It's coming. It's starting to be here. But again, it's going to take a while. These things don't happen literally in a couple of hours or overnight. It's going to be happening over the probably months and maybe even years, because AI is a pretty large industry trend. And think of how many industries it's affected, right? Often trends are limited to one or two industries. It's much bigger than that. Another area that we could add to the I told you so pseudo rant here is crypto, which we've been seeing a lot of drops in recently, and companies like MSTR and Strategy, Strategy and then all of their related stocks and stuff, right? As crypto prices are at half what they were at the peak. People are questioning the validity of that. And by the way, that's one, if you want to watch a stock that is having troubles, MSTR in the market is definitely one that's been struggling, and their debt is coming due, by the way. Remember, they borrowed a lot of money to buy Bitcoin, and a lot of that was okay until you've got to start paying it back. And right now, they're not sitting in a good position to be able to pay that money back, which could cause some liquidity problems on that side. So we'll see where all that goes. But yeah, so I would say crypto and AI, your two areas where I told you so. Okay, there you go.
There you go, friends. All right, so hey, let's head over to our U.S. economic calendar, Peter. Anything for today?
No, the funny thing is, absolutely nothing. So let's get that on the screen. Literally, there are no events scheduled. I got nothing. It's a Monday. Often on Monday, we don't have very much stuff that comes up. But oh my goodness. But today we've got absolutely nothing. Why am I laughing, Carlos? I'm laughing because
I'm sure maybe some comments. Got to be a comment that made you laugh.
It's actually Eamon. Eamon just texted me, and because he said, Peter, what is happening? Somebody, here he said, somebody. Oh my God. Somebody just mailed me this. What are you doing over there? So, so see, you guys in the chat room, you're telling on me already. Eamon is trying to enjoy time with his family, and he's getting messages from you guys and say, look what they're doing to you, Eamon. I love it. So, anyways,
Fun, fun. Yes, yes.
all right.
Awesome stuff,
Anyways.
man. Awesome stuff. All right. So you mentioned there's nothing for today on the U.S. economic calendar.
Absolutely nothing. Yeah, so I got nothing to tell you about. The economic calendar is empty. So yeah, we're just going to live and die off of what's on the gappers list, and of course the usual characters that we go back to. But there is a fair amount on the gappers list, especially gapping up, and that's good to see on a Monday because we've had a couple of gap down days, right, where that gap down list has been pretty big. So it's not so bad to see a bunch of green.
Yeah, yes, it is not at all. All right, friends, let's start diving into this list here on this beautiful Monday. First one on there is going to be Decoy, DCUY is the first one on deck. And if we look at this one, we are up 115%. Again, this list brought to you by TradingTerminal.com. You can go over there, get this gappers list and many more tools like this one. Flow is tiny at 6.3. So very low flow stock. We gotta be careful with that. And if we look at this list, I mean, it's just, I'm sorry, if you look at the charts, it's up as high as 19 almost, Peter, back down to 11, as low as 6 this morning.
Yeah, and look, it's a Monday morning, and this is I pulled up the company. It's Decoy Therapeutics. Does that sound? I'm not sure
Very
that's the
strange
best
name.
name for a company. Yeah, because when in an industry where you have placebos that you use as sort of fixed tests, do you really want to call your company Decoy? Doesn't that make it feel like you're getting some snake oil? Anyways, Decoy Therapeutics. I was expecting to see that they had some drug in testing that was doing well. That's not what's happening. With Decoy, they basically had an institutional investor that decided to put 3.5 million in cash into the company with a promise to invest up to 21 million over the next couple of years. So based on some milestones, like you said, Carlos, low float. This is a company that reported $0 in revenue. How are these guys publicly traded? I don't understand sometimes. But anyways, apparently they've got, this is a company with 11 employees. So yeah, the 3.5 million is a lot, especially with 21 million in future promises. Good for them. Am I going to trade a company with 11 employees? I don't think so. Thank you. No thanks.
Yeah, get careful with these guys. We'll leave these alone. Heading back to our list, friends, we can look at CHTR this morning, and they are up 24%. Not a low flow, sitting at 67 million shares float. You can see here on the 5-minute, they're up pretty nice this morning. With some volume, about 1 million shares traded right now. This is CHTR. Peter, their daily has dropped a lot over the last couple of weeks and trying to recover some of that. They were as high as 240 back in April, looks like 240, 250. And since then, been hanging around 130, trying to get going here. So any good news on this one? Maybe tradable for us today?
It might be. So Bloomberg has reported that there have been executive level talks between SpaceX and Charter, this company, by the way, Charter Communications, about a joint consumer mobile offering. So it looks like Charter would be able to route some of the Starlink mobile traffic over its ground-based or terrestrial network. I like how we're using the term now. Now we have the Starlink or space-based networks and terrestrial networks. As soon as you use the term terrestrial, it makes it sound so I don't know. It's so like pedestrian. Maybe there's another good word for you. But yeah, it just feels like we're like, oh, I just have a terrestrial network. It's not space-based. Anyways, never mind. Charter is in talks, and I love how the fact that this company can move based on a Bloomberg rumor. Neither company has confirmed nor denied these rumors that they're in talks. However, it doesn't matter, right? Buy the rumor, sell the news. So we're buying the rumor this morning.
Right, there it is. Don't know how tradable this is. It's not a low float, but again, it's just don't know on this one. We'll like to see what happens here, though. Maybe it's a popcorn ticker, Peter, secondary.
Yeah,
What's
I
your
think
thoughts?
so. I think that's the best place for it because it's going to trade like that, and it could be completely dependent on whatever the next news item is, right? If SpaceX comes out and says we're not really talking, well, this thing could crater. If they come out and confirm it, or the Charter is more likely to be the company that's going to issue a press release before SpaceX. SpaceX, then this thing could see more growth. So who knows? They might not say nothing. Oh my God, I can't speak. They might say nothing this morning, and then who knows what'll happen. But
Yeah.
we got 1 million shares, so it's in play.
Yeah, it's got some volume. That's right. We do have a short weekend. We're off Friday this weekend, right? This
We
week.
are.
So we're
Yes.
off. We are Friday. We're off. I could tell now people are already messaging what's the July 4th plans, and that should be a whole lot of fun. But yeah, so short week, friends. We'll see what that does for us. But it should still be a very interesting week leading up to that as we get to our July 4th weekend. It's a big one, guys. 250 years. So that's what we're celebrating. So it's going to be very, very nice. All right. I haven't heard this yet, but I hear they're doing jets in New York. I heard them over the radio over the weekends. They're like flying a bunch of jets down by the Hudson, by the Intrepid. So I got to figure that out. That could be a lot of fun to go watch. So if you guys heard that too here in the East Coast, let me know. But
like an air show type thing.
like an air show, yeah, like you're gonna do some kind of
Okay.
air show. So that'll be cool. But yeah. So all right, let's see here. IRDM. No, before we go to that one, I got another one. CMCSA. This is one of those companies with the 5 tickers here.
Yeah,
It always throws me off.
little
Comcast.
odd.
Yeah, it's a little odd. We don't got many like that, but this is one of them. This morning they're up. I heard some kind of deal happening with them and spinning off some stuff, Universal Studios and something else. Again, I didn't read the whole thing. But today they're up here 22%, 7 million shares traded. Peter, are you going to have these guys on your list this morning?
I don't know. Comcast, I've tried a couple of times to trade this. It's never worked out well for me. They in an era of consolidation, right? We've seen about all the buyouts. Remember, it's the big rumor that Netflix is desperate to buy a company, and of course, they've tried a couple of times to buy different companies. Hasn't worked out for them. Meanwhile, we have a Paramount, of course, making an acquisition. We've got other studios, I guess, that have been consolidating. Rumors that some are for sale. Comcast is going the other way. They're spinning off NBC Universal and Sky, apparently, into a new company. So they're going to separate some of their core services from their entertainment division, and they're going to spin it off. And they say they're going to give all shareholders of Comcast a stake in some shares of the new company, and Comcast will retain apparently 19.9%. So this is why the stock is jumping, because people are seeing some additional unlocked value, right? Whether that spinoff ends up being an acquisition target itself or not, who knows what their long-range plans are. But in the short term, they're sort of opening the door for either to operate independently and give some independent appreciation, or perhaps they're doing it because they want to signal that it could be available for sale. Now, it would be an awkward way to do it, right? Because if you're spinning it off as a new company and then maybe immediately putting it up for sale, it seems an awfully complicated way of doing it. Like, why not? If you're going to go through the effort of separating it, why not just separate it and sell it at the same time? But in any event, there's probably very good tax and structural reasons why they're doing this. Again, I'm the one speculating that it's potentially up for sale just because everything has been for sale in this industry, right? So it feels obvious that it could be. And again, when you got a company like Netflix out there that's apparently on the hunt with tons of money, you can't say that you're not for sale, right? Like, anybody comes by with a big enough checkbook, as we know, this is corporate America, everything has its price. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But in the short term, Comcast is jumping up because of this split that they've announced they're going to be doing over the next couple of months.
All right, there you go, friends. It is in play today, up 22%, 7.1 million shares traded. I don't usually like the way they trade, but maybe today on the secondary, see if anything happens again. But I highly doubt I'm going to see anything good at the market open. Right, it will be very, very unlikely. But let's see what happens. We could be wrong. I don't think we are. IRDM is next. IRDM is this looks nasty. Looks like some kind of I want to say bio, but the volume is only 292,000 shares traded, so it's not a whole lot of volume. But I don't know. Looks horrible. It is a not a low flow, 91 million shares flow. But again, never heard of the company before. Never seen them in play. They're gapping up here with a very
No,
crappy volume in
it's
pre-market.
it's a buyout anyways, Carlos, so we don't want to
Oh,
trade it. Interesting, it's being bought by Rocket Lab. So Iridium Communications is the company. They're going to be acquired by Rocket Lab in a cash and stock deal. $54 a share is the total price. Again, look where the price has gone. It always goes right below the acquisition price. So now that price, of course, that acquisition price is going to vary based on Rocket Lab's stock price because as it changes, the value of the deal changes. However, it's estimated to be an $8 billion deal at this point. And I wonder what the synergy is here. I have to admit, I don't know a lot about their business other than it's Iridium Communication. So a communication company being bought by a rocket company. Doesn't that, are they trying to build a structure just like SpaceX has with Starlink? Is this what maybe they're doing? I'm
mm.
speculating here, but it just feels like it, right? Why is the rocket company buying a communication company? Feels like they're trying to be. Me too. I want to be like SpaceX. Anyways, all right.
Yeah, I see that. Nice to see there, friends. That's not going to be tradable for us. We'll leave it alone. If you want to trade Rocket Lab is on the list. If you scroll a little bit to the bottom here, you do see RKLB. So maybe this could be one that you can take advantage of.
Which is a little
9.7.
surprising.
Mm-hmm.
It's surprising to me to see Rocket Lab because normally the company doing the acquiring drops.
Right.
And especially being that it was announced as part of this deal. I mentioned it was a cash and stock deal. They've had to take a $3.6 billion bridge loan. Remember, this is an $8 billion deal. So from the $8 billion, they clearly didn't have a lot of cash. They had to take out a bridge loan of $3.6 billion to help fund it. So usually, if you're taking a loan to make an acquisition, usually there's some concerns about the company being able to amortize the cost of the loan, do the integration effectively. Are they overpaying for that? Usually that's all the stuff that drives the stock down. So the fact that they're also up, I mean, that's actually good for the deal. It means that the deal is even sweeter to Iridium, but it's surprising. So maybe this will be in play. Maybe we could trade. I mean, these will be linked today to a certain degree because, again, it is a cash and stock deal. But yeah, it's strangely seen positively by the market.
Yeah, sure is. Yes, switch to Jared. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, I see Jared's getting ready to come on here. I was looking up this air show thing. It's very exciting. But yeah, Engineering the Market starts now, friends. So Jared's going to take over from here in the chat room. Peter and I are going to continue in YouTube and on X. Take care, guys. Have a great morning.
Trade smart.
All right, so yeah, all right. Let's see what else we got here. So nothing exciting yet. Rocket Lab, Rocket Lab. I know a lot of people like this one. So maybe I'll have it on a secondary list. I mean, it has been in play lately. Maybe secondary list. We'll see.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, it seems to be moving. Again, I'm very surprised at the direction. So there could be an opportunity here, especially with it up 10%, 3 million shares traded. It's in play.
Yep, could be something. All right, and then here MNTS. Here we go. What do we got? We are up 10%. Momentous. We've been seeing this more often than not. Up 10% this morning. 735,000 shares traded. I don't think I ever traded this. I mean, we've seen it on our list, but again, I'm not a big fan of the way it moves here. It is a low flow stock sitting at 5 million shares flow. So today I won't have these guys on my list. Again, doesn't meet my criteria. Peter, anything new to add as they continue to show up on our gappers list?
I've got no news. I mean, I think this is probably just a little bit of a bounce, so-called dead cat bounce, as you can see on the daily. This has been dropping over the last little while. It's a space-related stock, and as we know, they had a big run-up into the SpaceX IPO. And once again, I think this for the third time this morning, I get to say, right? Buy the rumor, sell the news. So everybody was all excited about the SpaceX IPO before it happened, and everything was running up in an eager anticipation of that. Once it was released, noticed how all the space stocks started to drop. So I think momentous again. They're just getting a little bit of a bounce today after the significant downturn they've experienced over the last week or two. So,
All right.
yeah.
All right, so there you go. All right, and then we got a bunch of stuff here. So much in the green today, guys. I mean, everything showing up on the green side this morning. There's some tickers on here like MSTR, which, by the way, we talked about earlier, just taking a big hit over the last couple of weeks, ever since May, and even further back. You go back all the way to October of last year, and further out. I mean, it's just been down. They got a little bit of relief in May here, and then straight back down, making a new low, as low as 80 on Friday. I mean, highway to hell on this thing. Today they're up 7%. What is giving them a little bit of pulse this morning, Peter?
Sorry. I tend to get myself behind because I start reading things about some of the companies we're talking about, and again, you guys probably know by now well how I love reading company perspective, especially when it's like this Momentous we were talking about. So Momentous, just to go back to them as a space company, and I got curious because they said. Here, let me go back to here. What are they? They're a space transportation and infrastructure services company. So do we have space transportation and do we have space infrastructure? I'm like, huh? So I like how they speak with confidence. And then I go into they said their missions, right? I was like, okay, so maybe they've conducted some missions. What have they done? So Momentous offers in-space infrastructure services, including in-space transportation, hosted payloads, and in-orbit services. It makes it sound like they actually have these orbital transportation and service hubs. And then they said that with lots of confidence. And then they say Momentous believes it could make new ways of operating in space possible with its Vigoride in-space transfer service vehicle that will be powered by an innovative water plasma-based propulsion system that is under development. Aha! Now we get to it. So they will be providing these services with a innovative technology that has yet to actually be developed. All right. Yeah, it's another one of those, right? So just like the company that was building a fab plant on the moon or building a data center, an orbital data center, I love their aspirations, right? Dream towards the stars, but it's not real yet.
Yes, yeah.
Yet.
Yeah, there you go.
But we're talking about MSTR though. Let's go
that's
back
one.
to Earth
Yeah, let's go MSTR. Yeah, and then let me know anything else you like on the gap up list. I mean, there's a lot on there that we're gonna probably have some on our list. I see you guys mentioning some other ones are on there like Oracle. We'll get to Oracle. It's on here as well. But there's a bunch. Like if you look at our gappers list, we got CoreWeave, which treated Peter very well last week. We have a bunch of other things as well on here. So, but let's start with MSTR, Peter. This stock has obviously not been feeling well, but today this doing pretty good, up 7%, at least for right now.
And MSDR is one of these really sort of complicated. Somebody equated. Actually, it was my cousin who produces a newsletter that I was reading earlier this morning, and he compared MSTR's structure to a Rube Goldberg machine, and that made me laugh. So because yes, it seems overly complicated for no reason. But MSTR has announced that their STRC preferred dividend has been raised to 12%, and they're repurchasing about $1 billion worth of stock. If you don't know MSTR, this is the Strategy Inc. company that's got a bunch of traded derivatives here, like STRC and STR. I can't remember what they are. They're a bunch like STRU or something. STRU. No, I can't. There's a bunch of them out there. Anyways, whatever they are, and it's just. Yeah, it gets a little silly at a certain point, I think. And anyways, so look, they're getting a little bit of a bounce today, Carlos. I guess that's good. We were talking about them earlier. Look what happened at 8 o'clock. Were they bouncing because they announced this dividend and repurchase program, or did they bounce because we were talking about them right here on the pre-market show? We'll never know. but I like to think,
Never
Carlos,
know.
it was us. Look,
I'd probably take a little credit.
we're moving the markets now. So, anyways, not really, but it's sort of fun to play with it. But yes, MSTR, I still think it's a company that's in a little bit of a tough spot here because oh, sorry, yeah, STRD, STRF, STRK, and STRC are all the symbols you can find related to this. So
Yeah.
it's just one of these things where they've created this very complex web to convince you that being a crypto treasury or a Bitcoin treasury is the future. Feels like a little bit of a shell game and a Ponzi scheme to me. So, remember my new segment. I told you so. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
Yeah.
told you so.
It's looking suspect. But there are some believers out there, man. There are strong people that even in our community here, there's some strong believers that are gonna say we're wrong or you're wrong. I mean, I've always been on the fence, but I don't know. I don't know. I've always been on the fence. I don't know whether this thing is gonna take off or not.
I don't
I
know either.
I I don't see it. I don't see it.
No, I think
You know.
to me, it always comes down to people often confuse is it a real thing versus is it as big as the market is telling us it is based on the current
Right.
valuation, right? And
Right.
to me, those are two very different questions. Is Bitcoin a thing? Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
a thing. Now, is it the next currency that the world is going to move to? Because that's what the
Yeah.
valuations are based
Right.
on when it starts going, skyrocketing and increasing. I feel like that's where we've got a problem. And all these companies that were investing as a treasury strategy because they were just going to buy and hold, and it was going to, make their millions. They're obviously there's a lot of struggles out there when it's half the price it was just 6 months ago. So, so again, AI,
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
real thing. There's no arguing. It's a thing. Is it as big a thing? Is it as worth the valuation that we've put on a lot of these companies? That's where I'm saying, I told you so. So, anyways.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely see. Peter, tons of stuff in the gap up. Anything else you like here? We got some better names towards the bottom of this list, as I see here. Any Oracle is one that was mentioned. We can look at that one in a second. But anything else you like this morning?
It, it's a fairly quiet morning. The weekend was actually fairly quiet for geopolitical news. We really didn't hear much. Nothing about the war. There was sort of nothing economic that came out. One thing I did want to highlight, maybe it's a little out of sync with market items, but I feel terrible for everybody in Venezuela. If people in Venezuela are struggling, the death toll has skyrocketed. I think it's over 1,400, and there's still tens of thousands of people missing. Look, there's some good news stories. 72 hours plus after the earthquake, they're still pulling people. It's usually kids, that survive. Just being more resilient and younger. But it's tragic, right? It's just horrible what happened, and it's only going to get worse, I think, because there's still a lot of areas that have yet to even be touched, and the death toll is most certainly going to rise, unfortunately. But a lot of international aid has started to flood into Venezuela to try and help and support. And I've heard even surrounding, I happened because of my vacation in Aruba. Back in the winter of this year, I sort of get Aruba updates, and they're like the airport is full, and all local hotels are full of all aid because they're staying sort of on the offshore islands to get access to Venezuela because they're just off the coast, right, of Venezuela. So, anyways, to try and provide support because the infrastructure is largely, is not operational across a good parts of the country. So, anyways, Carlos, feel terrible for everybody there. Hopefully,
Yeah,
if
man.
they're getting all the aid and support they can, because it's these natural disasters just remind us, right? Like we build big things and great things, but we are nowhere near as big as the weather and the planet on which we operate, and sometimes the planet, not intentionally, but just it does its regular thing. Tectonic plates move, and earthquakes happen, and storms occur, and we see all these tragedies. We realize we didn't, we're not always as prepared or as capable as we like to think we are. So,
Yeah, 100%.
yeah. Yeah. Anyways, all right. So that was it on Venezuela. But back to the markets here. I think we're going to see a relatively quiet week. That's my guess. Like you pointed out, Carlos, it's a short week in the markets. We only have 4 trading days. Friday is a day off for the market. So everybody, you can start planning your long weekend, whether you're thinking about one or not. But yeah, once again, we get no trading on Friday, and I don't see massive news coming out before there's because you know what, Carlos, there's going to be political news. Remember that there was a big thing being made about the whole 250. I mean, it's a 250th birthday. That's a quarter
Yeah,
millennia, right? I
it's
mean,
a big one. Yeah.
that's a big deal.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm hearing very little about the 250 birthday celebration. Like I would have thought there would be massive parties across the US and big things going on. I think there's been, I think the problem has been that there was a big deal made by Trump and the Trump administration, but a lot of their plans haven't really come to fruition as they were hoping, and now they're out of time, and as such, it sort of became politicized, and I'm not sure that the country knows what to do. That's sort of my impression sitting on the outside, but I don't know for sure, which is a shame. This should be a great time for America to celebrate 250 years, just as a country, right? That's a good reason for a party and a celebration, and hopefully for all Americans to come together and say, be proud of the nation that you've built together. It's not perfect, but you're working on it, right? Like every other nation on the planet. But anyways,
Yeah,
I
but
can
it's
only
every
hope.
year like that, Peter. It's every year.
Yeah, I
Whether
guess.
it's Democrats or Republicans, this country's just not united. Like, and the Democrats, they see the flag very different than Republicans. You could tell too, even in the parties. I've been to both. Yeah, I go both ways. I'll tell you right now, I go both ways. I don't care.
You go
Whoever
both ways.
I go both ways. I'll tell you right now. I'm
Okay.
straight up. I don't. I go for wherever I feel. Okay, this is better this time. This is better that time. I go both ways. I love my America is my country, whatever. But I've been to both sides, and I'm like, man, these people could do this. These people could do that. And I see it from both things, and it's weird. This weird. We spoke about this last week before. The country I was born from, right? I'm an American. I live here. This is my country. But the country I was born from is very different. You got four
Blame the
political big
media.
parties, and it's very, very different the way they do it over there. It brings people together. Here, oh man, it's different. It's different. I wish we had some of that over here, but still one of the greatest countries in the world, right? So, got to take the good with the bad, and hopefully we keep just getting better and better. All right, Peter. As far as the gap up, what do you like here that might be on your list? I see PLTR. I see Microsoft, Rigetti. Anything that's sticking
Yeah.
out for you?
Not really. I mean, I'm looking at the semis here, and they're their usual selves. Moving along here, having some activity this morning. That's okay. I like the fact that almost everything's up. I mean, I guess Apple is standing out for me only because it's the only red thing of the Magnificent Seven stocks. Everything else is green. Apple is doing its own thing, which it has been, which it's wont to do. It has done this quite a bit over the last couple of months. So, right now it's gapping down when everything else is gapping up. If I was, so what am I going to keep an eye on in absence of anything, being head and shoulders above? Tesla, SpaceX, Microsoft, they're big outside of the semis. And then from the semis, of course, I always keep an eye on AMD and NVIDIA. And then you guys usually let me know if other things. Like last week, there was a lot of good trading, Carlos, going on in SMCI. It was moving okay, and it was giving some moves. Friday, I didn't feel was that good of a day for it, but some of the other days it had put in some good moves. But I can't watch it. Micron, as you know, we were watching last week. I still find that a crazy stock. And then we can't forget our new favorite memory manufacturers in SanDisk and Western Digital. So they were putting in some SanDisk, especially actually on Friday. SanDisk was moving quite nicely. I can't handle the spread on that. That's a $2,000
Yeah.
stock, right? the spread is you're trading with like a $3 to $5 spread on that. Like it hurts my head to think about that. So, but you're looking for $100 move. So, like it's one of those where you don't need to trade many shares. If you're looking for $100 move, you can trade 10 shares and make $1,000. Like it's one of those you sort of have to reset your mind about what you're looking to do on it. So, at any rate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we are. SanDisk. Yeah, I mean SpaceX too. That's another one that I don't know.
Yep.
SpaceX has kind of sideways a little bit. Where's the
it-
fireworks? Where's the
Yeah,
fire?
it
I
did
mean, and this
calm
could
down,
be good.
eh?
This could be good, right? It's holding above his open IPO. So this could be good, but I don't know, man. We're expecting more. I want more out of SpaceX.
See, I like it in this zone because as much as, like look at the daily, see these tiny little candles. It's moved into these tiny little, this range. However, it can give good reversal patterns, which is what I love to see on a stock. And Friday it actually did. Look at that. Like to me, that's a beautiful chart because I like that reversal pattern right around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Hits the high of day, does a little retest, then drops. That's mountain pass all afternoon, baby. That's what I like. But
yeah, 100%. All right, friends, let's continue here. So I put SpaceX on the list. We'll see what happens. It's a good one to keep on there. It looks like I'm going to be going to a lot of the usual suspect stuff. But before we do that, Peter, I see you got some other stuff on here. Well, one more. You got Polymarket. What's going on there?
Polymarket, interesting. They released some information over the weekend or maybe it was a Friday of last week that I thought was interesting. That their annualized revenue now this is annualized because they don't actually have a full year of revenue, but when you take their revenue profile and annualize it, they say that they've surpassed $1 billion only a month and a half or 6 weeks after they launched their U.S. exchange. And I didn't really know the background until I read about it, but I guess they originally got denied for licenses in the U.S. They were operating in other jurisdictions, and then they got some help from the current administration that sort of cleared the way and allowed them to be traded in the U.S. And ever since, they've been making lots of money. So, if you're now we can't trade them in Canada, but these Polymarkets, the Polymarket is the company, but these are the these speculation markets where you can bet on anything and everything. Carlos, I was looking at this. We were talking about this in the chat room at some point last week. It was about mid last week, and like you can place a bet if you want that the Earth is proven flat by the end of this calendar year, and there's a payout odds on that. You could bet on the second coming of Christ will occur before the end of the calendar year. You know what I mean? You can bet on anything you want, basically. Make up a bet if it doesn't exist, or join an existing one that's already got a pool out there. Like it amazes me the money that people are willing to put against.
What's the payout on the Earth is flat? I mean, I want to join that bet. What's the What's the ratio?
I think if the Earth is proven flat, then the payout was like 3,000% or something like that. Because I mean, the chance it was like for every dollar, it was a $312. So what is that? Like 3,120%. So when I last looked, but maybe that's changed. So it was one of these. I think it's just I find the whole thing hilarious. But hey, I gotta say, Mike's been using it. Mike, I don't know if he's listening right now, but he's been using it to make bets on the World Cup. By the way, Polymarket has said the World Cup has brought a huge growth in the number of bets because you can bet on anything. Like you don't have to bet on the outcome of the game. That's simple, and that's for. That's for like normal traders. You want to boot a real trade, you're going to bet on how many corner kicks there are going to be in the game, or how many shots do players make with their left foot. You could bet on, you could literally bet on anything, Carlos, right? How many bicycle kicks occur during the World Cup? I'm sure there's a bet for that, right? Like, it's anyways, there's a bet for anything. And but most of them lose, which is why, they're happy to take them. So, let's see here. I gotta find it. Is the Earth flat here, Carlos? Right now,
I want to take a bet on that. And who's going to be the one that says, okay, this is the answer? Because if it's this guy, What's this guy's name? The space dude. I won't bet against him because he might prove some
No.
craziness.
Well,
Like,
that's the interesting thing. So the market will resolve to yes if conclusive proof is found that the Earth is flat, becomes public by December 31st, 2026 at 11:59 p.m. Otherwise, this market will resolve to no. The resolution source for this market will be a consensus of credible reporting. What does that mean?
mm,
Consensus of credible reporting. So, in as opposed to all the other credible reporting that says the Earth is actually round. So, anyways, but Carlos, if you want to bet that the Earth is flat, if you put a $1 bet right now and you're right, you will get paid $41.35. So,
it's worth putting $5 just to see what happens.
there you go.
I mean, like,
Uh,
this is
you
crazy.
think? Well,
But yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not sure that's a good use of $5, but
No, it's not.
you're,
But you never know. There'd be
I
some
just I
stupidity, you know. Oh goodness.
Well, anyways, yeah, there's a lot of anyways. It's fun, guys. If you've never done it, I don't want to. I don't condone betting. Please don't put any money. No, anyways, do what you want. But if you just want some fun, go to Polymarket and look at some of the weird bets that you can make in there. And there's all sorts of weird ones in there. That's what I was looking up the other day. And yeah, you can bet on elections. You can bet on very morose things. You can bet on, obviously all sorts of sports things. But again, they go so arcane. It's very, you
Hmm.
know, you can bet on the number of tweets. Here was a bet that was made here, and this is amazing. The number of tweets Elon Musk made on June 23rd. That was a bet you could have made, and yeah, it obviously resolved. But you know how much money was in that pool, Carlos? $4.3 million. People
Yeah,
made four point
yeah,
three
yeah.
million dollars worth of bets on how many tweets. Oh, sorry, this is on how many tweets Elon makes between June 23rd and June 30th. So yeah, there's
Yeah,
still
not
time to
over
get
yet.
in that. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
get in on that if you want. So,
Yeah, it's
anyways,
crazy the amount of money that's being put in some of these things. It's just wild. But hey, it is what it is, right?
man, world's a
All
crazy
right,
place.
friends.
All right.
Let's look at some of the stuff that's gapping down this morning. We don't got a lot on there, just five looks like. So let's take a look at those, and then we'll see what you guys like this morning. Any tickers that you might take a look at. I know Oracle's one that's being mentioned. We'll look at that one, and anything else you guys have on deck. First one on here is EVMN. This is down 31%. Very little volume. So we started to drop here just around 8:30 looks like. From 24 down to 17, but the volume is pretty low. Only 297,000 shares traded. So normally not tradable. The float on this, also a low float ticker, 10 million shares flow. So again, not really into that with that type of volume. Peter, not sure what the news is on this one, but won't be on my list
This is
today.
Yeah, this is the first actual biotech. Normally, we have all these biotechs, right, that announce trial results, and we haven't seen that today. It's a little bit unusual for a Monday. Evomune, although it's topping our gap down list, so they did announce the results are a phase 2B trial for the chronic spontaneous urticaria. I don't know what that is. Anyways, apparently, but it failed. It failed to meet its primary endpoint. So that's all that matters. You just need to know that Evomune's Evo 756 program failed to meet its endpoint, and that's why the stock's dropping. I'm surprised that the volume is this low. But yeah, bad news for the company. Probably not a trading opportunity today. Can you even short this? Can we short this? Yeah, it is available for short. Yeah.
650,000.
50,000. Yeah, that's a lot
Yeah.
of volume for short. Okay, so it is
Yeah.
shortable, but yeah, it's already down 31%. Like you said, the volume's too low though. So
Yeah.
that's unfortunate.
I was looking to speaking of shorts, I don't, how do you find the shorts in Thinkorswim? What's available for short? Because I was looking at possibly switching over from Interactive Brokers to Thinkorswim. There's a lot of stuff that I don't like with Schwab as far as day trading. I don't know where the short. I use them for regular stuff, long always, all long investments, long term stuff, and swings. But I can't tell how to look for shorts in Thinkorswim. And I had this stuff for years, even before that. I don't know how to tell what the shorts availability is on the Thinkorswim platform. So if you know how to do that, let me know. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I think Interactive Broker is much better. It's a lot of stuff that I didn't like on there. Yes, you could save on commissions, but then you can't trade before like 7 or something. Not that I trade pre-market at 5 a.m., but I just don't want to not have that. You know, one of those things, because you know, I know, hey, I don't do that, but now I don't have that feature. It's like I feel like I'm getting less for my money or something. I don't know. It just feels weird. So if I'm wrong, let me know. Maybe there's some features you got to turn on. I'm not sure, but it seems like it's a lot of non-flexibility with Schwab and Thinkorswim. All right, here's another one. By the way, a couple of more low flows. RAM is the next one out here, RAM. So here is RAM. Let's see, RAM is down 3.1, 8.9 million shares traded. So another low flow as well, 2.3 million, and a lot more volume. Same in the American Stock Exchange. Oh, we saw this last week. This is one of those, yeah, and it's just opened up, right? I think it's new or something. Yes, new.
I'm not sure. It could be.
Oh no, it's not. It's not. But they did some kind of reset, I think, right? If you look at the daily, we were talking about it last week. That there's some kind of reset with a giant, maybe a split or something. I don't know, but yeah, it doesn't look good. Here you have it. It's the Rex. What is the Rex long DRAM ETF? Yeah, I'm good. You can watch. It's in play, but I'm probably not gonna trade this directly. So.
Yeah. No, this is an ETF on, memory stocks. So, like we were just talking about, like the Western Digitals and the SanDisks of the world. So, but it's an ETF. So it's really just trading other things. So, yeah, thanks, but no thanks. No, actually, their biggest holdings, interestingly, aren't those. Their biggest holdings are, they do have Western Digital, they do have Seagate. They do have SanDisk, but the Samsung and Micron are their biggest two holdings, making up about half the holdings. And actually, their third largest holding is something called SK Hynix. Have you ever heard of that, Carlos? I've never heard of this company.
No, what's the ticker?
I don't know, because I don't know that it's publicly traded, but it makes up a quarter of their entire portfolio. They have as much in SK Hynix as they do in Micron. So I think this is a private thing because it doesn't seem to list a ticker for it. Anyways, don't know what that is.
Gotcha. All right, interesting. So, if you like it here, it's moving, but yeah, I'm not touching it.
SK Hynix, a South Korean memory semiconductor supplier. Okay. All right. Anyways, there you go. Oh, it's only traded on the Korean Stock Exchange, so that's why. Okay.
All right, there it is. Okay, now I get your comment. We're talking with Michael there. No, Alyssa 992. Yeah, no, I'm not Puerto Rican. I'm Dominican. So yeah, Puerto Rico's a whole different story. Let's not even get into that. They get into country, not country. Oh boy, let's not even go into that. That's a complicated situation. That's more political than the politics here. I'll tell you that right now. And I got a very close Puerto Rican friends, of course, but yeah, let's not get into that one. I got to figure that one out. All right, here's S dot. S dot this morning, it is down 6.1, 271,000 shares traded. Hard to borrow. What a mess on the daily over the last couple of days. Just look at this. As high as 38, as low as $2. Back down to 6, back to 22. Today we're down 6.1, 2013. I mean, it is just all over the place. I'm not trading it. Float on this one is 12.9, so I'm just gonna leave that alone. Peter, anything you like on this thing?
No, man. This stock has just gone all weird after right at the end of May, as you can see how this all started at the beginning of June. It's because right at the end of May they had a reverse 1-for-20 split. So, basically they consolidated the stock. And ever since then, the price has been very volatile. So, and as you can see, before, looked pretty stable, but I don't like it. So thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah. All right, there we go. We'll leave that one alone, and let's look at RAM. RAM, this one. We just looked at that one. Okay, so yeah, we just did. The list is flipping on me.
Yeah, STI is popping on and off the list here, which is an interesting story, actually. It's not a big story, but this is a company called Solidion Technologies, STI, and they have announced that they are buying SpaceX stock as a treasury strategy. So we were just talking about this, right? Companies that were buying crypto as a treasury strategy. And just to be clear, a treasury strategy is actually pretty simple. All it means is they're buying and holding, right? They're going to buy an asset and hold it over the long term, assuming that it's going to appreciate, right? They're doing that to try and drive value appreciation. It's one thing for a company to decide they're going to do it in crypto, because at least that's considered a I don't know. It's a currency of sort. um, but for one company to say they're just going to buy another company's stock and hold it to create growth, like why? You're not. You're just betting on another company. Like, why don't you just do some business yourself? I know I'm being very critical here, but I mean, doesn't that make more sense? How do you invest in a company that just says my whole plan is to buy another company and hold on? So why don't you guys go do some work and we'll watch? It feels weird to me. Anyways, but that's what they've announced, that they're going to buy and hold some SpaceX stock for the long term. So that's the news on STI.
All right, there it is, friends. And as you mentioned, excuse me, on and off the list. Now they're off the list here again. So, all right, if you like that, you could take a look at that one, and there you go. All right, man, I don't have a lot today, Peter. SpaceX,
No.
A couple of secondary stuff. There's not a lot happening here. Let's take a look at Oracle, is one that you guys mentioned, and then we'll go down the list, see anything else you guys like today. But I might just fill up the list with usual suspects. Rant. Yeah, Peter probably might have a rant set up for us in a second here.
I got lots of rants. Doing it.
Yeah, he'll QQ one up. Here's Oracle. Oracle is up 3.6, 627,000 shares traded. Is it really in play? I don't think so, right? I think everything's just kind of popping up a little bit. Feeling a little green with the market being a little up this morning, up 1.1. I don't think anything sticks out on Oracle specifically, and the volume is not great. Their pre-market action, yes, it's better than most. I give you that. I could see that there. But I don't think there's anything sticking out that makes this better than like a Tesla, right? Or it's up as well slightly, or even an MRVL, which we have seen in play quite a bit in the last couple of days. So if you look at MRVL, same thing, up slightly, not as great pre-market activity. NVDA is another one that also has 2 million shares traded, by the way. Pretty flat right now on NVIDIA, so not doing a whole lot, but also up 1.5. So it's just kind of one of those days where it's going to be tough to find what's in play. Another one that's up pretty big, actually, is PLTR, though. PLTR, if you look at it now, we are up on this one, 3.8, 1.6 million shares traded. So I think this one will be fun to watch. I'm going to throw this one on the list right here next to SpaceX, PLTR. There we go. And then I don't know. I'm going to usual suspects. Wait to see what else comes up here. Let's see what you guys like. Uber has been mentioned. Uber, Uber is a hit or miss, man. More miss for me than hit. A lot more miss. I mean, they just don't trade all that well. They don't give you anything pre-market either, so you can't go by the pre-market action. If you look at Friday's pre-market action, it's just dead. There's nothing happening. And look how they actually traded well Friday. Market kicks in, and you can see how well they actually trended up on Friday. So you can't really put a whole lot of weight in the pre-market session. You can have a horrible pre-market session and have a great trading day. Like, this is actually better than what we see out of Uber most times, right? And the volume was a lot higher too. Look at the daily, 64 million when they're usually a lot lower, around closer to 23 million, right? So almost 3 times there what they normally do. Yeah, I'm not sure what drove that on Friday, but can it continue today? I'm not sure. If you keep it on there, great. Let me know if you see something great, Demi, on that one. Apple, can we guys pump Apple? We have no way to pump Apple, but we can bring it up and see what's happening. But there's no way to pump this thing. This is not a low float. But this is again
Wait
good
a
day on
second.
Friday.
Not that Carlos is saying that we would pump low floats. If you're listening out there in the FCC,
oh man, yeah.
Out there in
Oh
the
boy,
SEC,
that's it. We're caught.
Just to be aware, here on the show, we do not provide trading advice. Please do not take any trades based on what we say. Everything we do is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Is not intended for investment portfolios. Thank you.
There you go. Peter's making sure that all the legal stuff is covered. But Apple, nice to see here, man. Engulfing on the daily right now, trying to move up higher, pretty flat around the previous day close. I don't see anything that sticks out today. I hope this is not a preview, Peter, of what we're going to get this week, the next 4 trading days, including today.
I don't know.
I hope this is not it, because this is not a good look for us. So let's
let's
hope it gets better.
It might be, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I actually like trading these days, so I'm not that, I'm thinking this could be an awesome day, but yeah, it's not the type of day that a lot of people like, because the open could be a little choppy and non-directional. I don't know. Like, we're not seeing any signs, Carlos, that we're going to go anywhere with any enthusiasm. So who knows? But I actually like it. I mean, the market's up a fair amount. We're up over 1%, right? 1.1 on the SPY and 1.3 on the Q. So that's a good gap. I mean, that gives hope. But frankly, it's not happening right now. Like, things aren't they're just not moving as we're heading towards this open. So.
Yeah, so you mentioned AT&T and Sentinel-1. I don't see anything going on here, but you want to short T and you want to short S? Yeah, I don't know about that. Careful. I don't know why you think short, but just be careful if that's the case. And why one or the other? Sentinel-1, a telecommunications company like AT&T. I don't know what's happening there. But all right, friends, we'll stop here. What is more exciting than this watch list right now is BearableTraders.com, right? You can head over there, and you can definitely see a lot more exciting stuff taking place over in our screen. Is going to come up in a second over on our schedule. Today is Monday, so we'll start with what's happening on this beautiful day.
Yeah, Monday means that we get to welcome new members to the community and make sure that everybody gets oriented and the information that they require to sort of set their trading week, month, and hopefully life off on the right path. Today we have 2 sessions for you. Starting at noon with Kyle, he's going to do the DOS Trader Pro setup. We were just talking about platforms. DOS Trader Pro is one of the platforms that we use very actively, but you can use help often, especially if you're getting started, because it's got so much functionality. It's good to have a guide to help you understand where it sits and how you can get the most value out of it. So Kyle will focus on that at noon. And then our signature webinar for this evening happens at 8 o'clock. Carlos is going to be leading the new member onboarding session. By the way, you don't have to join only if you're a new member. If you are, then please do join. But anybody can join that, and maybe you can either help others or get some tips and tricks for yourself about how to best approach your trading, how to set things up, or maybe you just want to reset. This would be a good opportunity to do that as well. He also sort of shares everything you can get out of the community and how you get maximum value for that. So if you're interested in being a Bearable Traders member, well, look, there's no better way to make sure that you're profitable in trading than to join Bearable Traders and sort of join a bunch of like-minded individuals who can help you trade these markets, right? It's better to have 1,000 eyes looking at the market rather than just your 2. So, well, assuming you have 2 or 1, you never know. Sorry if you have an eye problem. In any event, well, either way, however many eyes you have, put them to BearableTraders.com, and you can go see the membership options and pick the one that's right for you. And hopefully you'll join us in the community at your convenience, no matter how many eyes you have. So there you go. Maybe you're a spider and you've got more eyes. I don't know.
There you go, friends. All right, we are set. We are set. Regardless of how many eyes you have, we are good to go. I mean, I can add more to my list. Maybe I'll wait to see what our team is watching this morning, get some ideas. But I'll probably add the usual suspect: Tesla, NVDA, and AMD. I already got SpaceX. MUD is another one you could look at. That actually has been trading. MUD has been surprising how well it has been trading. So if you don't want to trade MU's high tag price, MUD has proven to actually get some volume. And when MU moves very well, so does MUD. So here's another one you can actually look at if you do like Meta, MU. Speaking of Meta being thrown in chat, I'm just going to take a look at Meta. What's happening here? No.
Yeah.
Too many letters. Meta. There it is. Again, just barely any volume. 200,000, not even yet. 187,000, up 2%. Pre-market looks good. I just don't see anything happening right now. So it's going to be a wait and see day, guys. That's what it's going to come down to.
You
How
want
do
to
you?
rant, Carlos?
Oh,
Speaking
let's
of
get a
which,
rant. Oh, let's do it.
just a very quick one,
Yeah.
maybe. But you just mentioned mud because people were talking about that. We started talking about that last week, right? Like for the first
Yes.
time, because someone mentioned it. We're like, oh, let's look at a derivative product. And then what do I get? What do I start getting on my phone? These sponsored ads, right? Hey, you want to trade MUU? You want to trade mud? Look, you're ready to do it. Go trade. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I said, the phone is just sitting over here listening to everything we say. Never think your phone is not listening to you because they'll start serving you ads. The algorithms, they'll get you, they'll find you, start serving up your ads, whether it's your phone or maybe it's the computer, because we are doing this live on YouTube, Carlos, and I guess, YouTube knows where I
Yep.
live. So they're sending me these ads now. So, geez, leave me alone, man.
They got you, man.
Stop
That's
listening.
it.
Stop listening to me.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Anyways.
Yeah. Everything is being listened to. It's
Yeah.
just crazy. All right, friends. We are set here. I'm just gonna finalize my list. Go ahead, Peter.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Did you hit the thumbs up button?
I didn't even hit the thumbs up button. You know what? People don't even want free stuff anymore. People just don't even want to hit the thumbs up. They don't want free stuff. They don't want free funded account. They just don't hit the thumbs up. Actually, I did, Peter, because I went back and I see the thumb is black. So the thumb is black. That means I
Okay.
did hit it. All right, so I
You
did.
hit it. Okay, that's good.
But last week we had two
good.
things to give away. We had a free funded account. We had a membership, a monthly elite membership, and we could not get 500 likes, friends. So Jose says he'll take one. We got to hit 500 likes. We'd love to give it away. We want to give it away. So maybe this week we can do that. Maybe today. So 500 likes unlocks the giveaway for the funded account, and then the next day we'll do the monthly membership. So 189 likes. It's not hard to get 500, guys. It's pretty easy if we all do it. And yeah, let's do it. Let's see if today's the day, man. I think today could be the one. All right, Tesla on the list, Peter.
Tesla's definitely on my list for sure. I mean, it always is because you just never know when it's going to give some good moves. Not usually at the open, as I've learned the hard way many times over. You've got to be careful, right? Unless it's strongly, directional, which you never know which day that's going to occur, but you can get chopped up on this quite a bit. So yeah, be careful with Tesla. I usually wait. I try and wait all the time.
I love this question. How do we get a job with the BBT community? I don't think we applied. Did you apply for this job? That's not the way it works. We're just good community members, right? With me, at least for me, where I was just hanging on the computer answering questions, and Andrew's like, hey, you want to just help with this? Like, oh, okay, spending an hour a week. Oh, you want to do this? And let's it grew to this. This is not the plan. It was just like, oh, this guy is helping out. Peter, for you're helping out, answering questions. You decided to, do some stuff with the community. And it just kind of grew to what this is now. But there's no job application. And I think that's how Andrew has built the team, just by tapping on people like, hey, you know what? You're doing this. How about you help me with this? And then it just grows to something. So it's like a scouting type thing. Yeah, it's very interesting. But
be active in the community. Be helpful to others. And that's really what it is. We are a community, right? So we're just trying to help each other through this trading stuff. It's hard stuff.
Yeah.
You take all the help you can get, right?
Absolutely. All right, friends. I add Tesla on my list, SpaceX, PLTR, and I could probably do one more. Let's do at least 4. Do we go with NVIDIA or? I think NVIDIA's a good one. I'm going to do that. Going to add NVIDIA to the list, and I think that's going to be my list for now. And then we'll see what the team is watching. We'll see what Andrew, Brian, the rest of the members are trading live today are going to be watching there. And as we are about 13 minutes to the market open, and hoping that it's going to be an exciting day. Some of you guys have PLTR, which I think is a good one. Actually, I do have it on my main list. Looks great this morning. Tesla MU, MRVL was on our list last week. We'll see. SPCH is another one that's also leverage times 2. So if you want to trade SpaceX at a lower price, seen Andrew trades a couple of times last week and did very well on it. So, easy to manage the buying power if you want to take less shares or so. Not that SpaceX, I think, is at a great price. 150 is awesome. That's like the sweet spot. But something like MU, which is 1129, MUD can be very helpful. But it doesn't move as great at times. So there you go. All right, friends, I'm going to start getting set up. here for the market open. I'm gonna bring in Peter on this side. Anything else we missed, Peter?
I unfortunately not. Like we've been
No, we're
saying,
good.
not a
Okay.
lot. Things are moving generally higher. There's a lot of green on the screen.
Yep.
That's good, but I'm not seeing anything that's screaming at me like
Yeah.
I want to go. Let's go. That
Right.
it's ready to go off to the races. I think that we're gonna get some movement at the Open, but I just don't know on which. It could be sort of, it's going to be a couple of any one of these stocks that we normally watch. It's just tough
Yeah.
to figure out which is going to be the one. So, yeah, we'll we'll have to
Agree
watch
with
together,
that.
guys. PLTR moving well this morning. That's one we haven't talked about much. I see it's doing okay. Yeah. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we're just got to keep our eyes open. Let's help each other out. Let's post whatever we see is moving, and together we're going to figure out this market. Yeah, what's Andrew watching? Well, that's the key question because Andrew always managed to find the thing. The key thing with Andrew is he's very good at leveraging. He leverages that chat room very heavily, right? If people are mentioning, "Hey, I'm looking at this, I'm looking at that," he's not afraid to jump in there. He's like, "Yeah, I like it," and he's off to the races. So he's so quick. It's pretty awesome. So, yeah, he hasn't posted his list yet, but I'm sure he's getting there. Brian and Jared are currently in the chat room. Talking engineering the markets. Jared just handed over to Brian, and I trust that Andrew's going to be along shortly to get this day started. Andrew probably buying his coffee, just rolling into the office. That's the other thing about
Yeah.
Andrew, right? He's perfected this art so much that he doesn't need a lot of prep. He just rolls on in
Yeah.
and
Yeah. And we had a
makes his
great
millions.
a guest last week. If you guys missed the recording, I have it. I got sent it
Jared.
over to the people over there so they could do their thing and put it up on YouTube. But he had a great conversation. One of the things he mentioned: some traders need that 45 minutes preparation. Others can show up at the bell and do their thing, right? It just kind of shows you why this craft is so difficult because it's so different for everyone, and you really just got to find your sweet spot, and that's not easy to do. That is not
Yeah.
hard to do. I think everyone could do this job if you're able to find the sweet spot. And if you can't find the sweet spot, then it's hard. It's very very hard to do this long term consistently, right? If you're not in a good situation as far as finding what you're good at, finding your zone, right? So, but yeah, it's not a definitely not a plug and play cookie cutter type system. It's very personal to each trader, which is again that's where the challenge is, right? That's where the challenge is, I think. All right, what else we got, friends? What else? We're good to go. I see comments on YouTube are finally working. YouTube, I'm not sorry, on X. X finally fixed the comments. Glad to see that fixed and people chatting over there.
There you go. That's good. Always
We
good.
went to like a week or so, week and a half. That just wasn't working.
Mm.
But now we're good.
So, Carlos,
Dude,
I
I had
mentioned
a
yesterday that I
yeah.
went to I went to sort of a first birthday for a little niece,
Oh,
I guess.
okay, okay.
Little niece Ava. Anyways, and it was great. It was in they ended up hosting a party in their backyard and had a lot of food and stuff out and people
Yeah.
talking and I have to admit it was like a hot day, but it wasn't super super hot, but it was one of the I find I get into these situations where I'm okay in the heat until I'm not. And it's almost like the heat builds up and it builds up and I can handle it until it gets a point where I've got nowhere else where I can't like disperse the heat. My heat sinks are full, and
Yeah.
that's when my body just
Humidity's
starts to
high.
overheat. And I
Yeah.
just get frustrated and angry, and I
And
can't
you're
handle the
ready to
heat once I
go.
get to. Well, and I had to go into the house, and I would like go into the house and cool off in the air conditioning until I could handle it. I reduced my core temperature, and I go back outside, and I could handle another 20 minutes talking with people and everything. And my wife's like, "Where are you going? What's happening?" And I'm like, I'm cool. I'm going
What's
inside to
taking
cool off.
place?
I can't handle it. And everybody else was fine. Now,
Yeah.
if I can say in my defense, this is never politically correct. People don't seem to like to mention, but it was with a whole bunch of Haitians and Ugandans, and
Oh, they're in their zone. They're in their
well,
zone.
that's
I
what
mean,
I'm saying.
that's
Like,
yeah.
yeah, like it was
That's
like
their thing. Yeah.
it was like 30 degrees outside, which is nothing for them. For poor little white guy me, I was hot. It
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
all hot. So, anyways, we did have a little fun
I
with it,
get
by
it.
the way. because there were three brothers that were all married to white women. And at one point, the white women were hanging out on a sofa, and we noticed all the rest of the family were over on this other side of the backyard. And my wife said, she said, "I think you need to go over there." And I'm like, "Why?" That's the white spouses section over there.
That's awesome.
I'm like,
That's great.
"Oh,
That's great.
well played, well played." I said, "Okay, all right." So I wandered over to the
Scoot on
ladies.
over.
I said, "Excuse me, is this where the white spouses hang out?" And we all had a good laugh. But
That's
just like, how
great.
did this happen? How did this? Anyways, it's always very interesting.
Love it, love it. It's good. It's good.
Yeah,
Good
it was a great
stuff.
party though. Good food.
Yeah. I went to we had a birthday party. I'm sorry, my kid's social life is amazing. My kid gets invited to everything. And we went to a birthday party on Saturday, and the girls' kids, the woman's kids, they both had the same birthday, 2 years apart, same birthday on that Saturday, June 27th, whatever day it was. And I saw the invitation. The invitation had, usually for these kids' parties from 2 to 4, 2 hours, cut the cake, we're done, good to go. This invitation starts at 12. I'm like, okay, early, all right, 2 to 1. 12 to 2, no problem. There was no end time. So I got there. I see, okay, no end time. I get there at 12. I like to be on time. I don't play around. I'm on time. This is what I do. We get there at 12. There's a couple of people there, a couple of adults. I was there till 4, Peter. It was so fun. There was clear no time for this. They had the water stuff out with the kids in the pool and all this stuff and slides, and they definitely took care of the adults. Usually, kids' party, they don't take care of the adults. We had a bunch of drinks, barbecue. I mean, it was just incredible time. Incredible time. I left because I'm like, it's 4 o'clock. I should get home now after being out for 4 hours. But met some wonderful people from the town. I'm going out with a couple of the guys that I met on that party. They're local. We're going to a bar on Thursday night. So there you go. Looking forward to that.
Party.
So
well,
Thursday
that's
night.
Pretty awesome.
Should
Look
be
at you
some
making
fun.
friends.
Yeah.
I love it.
And they're all home. They're all like, it's funny. All these guys they're all home. They're all texting. They're the stay-at-home dads. So they're one of their wives are executives working for this and that and private equity firms. I'm like, look at you guys. Very nice.
Why not?
Good for you.
Absolutely.
Good for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
That's a dream scenario, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Anyways,
absolutely.
Good. Yeah.
So should be fun, man. Fun weekend. But good to hear about you, Peter. Overheating. You got to upgrade the fans, the cooling system.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because like a bunch of the guys had actually changed into shorts, and I didn't bring any shorts with me. I just had the long pants because you're at the church beforehand and everything, and so and I said, geez, I made the comment to my wife, like, geez, like I wish I had some shorts. It's just so hot, and I was wearing they were light pants and this new shirt that she bought. It was all very light clothing. I can't. But she just looked at me. She said, "Why are your knees hot?" And I'm like, "Come on, man! Like,
no, shorts make a big difference. People
it makes a difference.
How big of a difference shorts make? Huge. Yeah,
I know.
It's no question.
I said
10 degrees less at least.
I've got no cooling ability here. I just can't, Anyways, it was just that throwaway. Are your knees hot? I'm like, okay. Now I know you're just taking the piss out of me, man.
Oh, man, it's fun. It's fun.
All
right, friends, we are ready. SpaceX, PLTR, Tesla, NVDA. Peter, I'm not sure what the chat looks like. Actually, I'm gonna bring it up right now. What do we have as far as watch list?
Yeah, Andrew's live and ready to go. You guys wanted to know. Let me start right there. Andrew's got his watch list posted. He's going to be watching PLTR, Microsoft, SpaceX, NVIDIA, MSTR, which is strategy we were talking about, and NVIDIA. So a lot of the stuff we've been talking about this morning. Brian is going to be watching NVIDIA, Intel, SpaceX. He's watching some derivatives here, MSTZ. He's watching SSPC. So some interesting stocks here that he's taking an eye on. Mike is just going to be watching SpaceX and then the futures. There's my alarm saying we got 2 minutes to the open. I've got my usual list, like I said, Tesla, AMD, SpaceX, NVIDIA, and Microsoft. That's my key list. And Kyle's also watching SpaceX and PLTR. Almost everybody seems to want to keep an eye on SpaceX this morning. I mean, I'm not sure that it's going to do anything interesting, but it does seem to have some eyes on it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's what the list is. You can see Carlos's list, of course, at the bottom of the screen. He also has SpaceX. So SpaceX and PLTR, I think, are two ones that everybody seems to be keeping an eye on. So we'll see where everything goes. Carlos, let's get ready now. We got a minute and a half to this market open. I'm hoping that whatever happens, we just get some decent price action at the open. It does not go all choppy. Not that I'm planning. I have no setup trades. I want to be clear with everybody for right at this open, which means, just based on my strategies, I will now have to wait for a few minutes. Yep. We got 1 minute. There you go. There's my 1 minute alarm. Let's go, baby.
All right. Here we go, friends. Friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. It does help out the channel a ton. Even if you don't want a free funded account, hit the thumbs up, right? Because it does help us out to do this live stream over on YouTube. So thank you so much. We're sitting at 282 likes, 300, very close, and 500 is our goal. So there it is. All right, friends, get your affairs in orders, and we are getting ready to rock and roll in 30 seconds. Market open. I'm ready for it. Let's hope for a good day.
Ready. Oh, I got to open Atlas.
I'm doing the same. Atlas. Yeah, I got Atlas open up here.
Trading terminal Atlas seconds. If you don't use it.
Oh, what's this? Okay, 15 seconds, 10.
SpaceX looks topside.
Yes, hit that live stream button. Good call. Here's the bell. Hit that live stream button. Make sure you're up to date. Most up to date. All right.
There's the bell. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. We appreciate that too. Okay, market is open.
Ding, 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 ding. Let's see.
Pull back on certain. Wow, look at Tesla pull all the way down to previous day close, and it popped all the way back up again. That's fast.
Right, here we are. Yeah, NVIDIA started to drop even before the bell. You had a nice drop on it, and then now continuing into the red. SPY pushing lower as the bell hits. All right, where is the action this morning? Well, Tesla's putting a nice little range. A little wild right now. Pretty much moving with the SPY. Look at Tesla. The way he's printing here is a little strange. It was moving with the SPY, but now it's kind of doing its own thing, I think. What's your thoughts on Tesla, Peter?
Yeah, it looks like it wants to go higher in the short term, but you're right. It's jumpy. I was going to say very jumpy, but you know what? That's normal for Tesla at this time of the day. 1.5 minutes into the market open. I'm watching Microsoft because I want to see what Microsoft's going to do. It's sitting right at almost right at the open and pretty much right at the VWAP, of course. And looks like it's going to go a little higher now as the market is going higher, but I still think there's a potential short in it, but I don't see it yet. So
okay.
I'll just stay on the sidelines. Yeah, SpaceX is up. Tesla is up.
Yeah, Tesla was interesting, man. This push up here, but it was happened so fast and it was just so wild back and forth here on this 1 minute engulfing, and look at it go. Now it's getting some volume. Oh, some movement higher. PLTR, on the other hand, back below the VWAP. Okay, where are we here? PLTR now back above the VWAP. So it's just back and forth, back and forth. I'm going to wait on that. Maybe a good 5-minute ORB can be set up on that one. No one mentioned Intel today. What's Intel up to?
Not much. Not much.
Yep. Let's see, PLTR. Where's the play here?
Wow, NVIDIA down and back to its open price. Well, Apple, which looked like it wanted to run right at the open, it's in a very tight range now. It's interesting. AMD popped up. Oh, look at these wicks. Look at this wick on Microsoft. That's crazy.
All right, 934.08. So I'm just waiting to see what the 5-minute looks like. Any good 5-minute ranges and where we can take advantage of stuff, but not really seeing anything just yet that I love. PLTR seems to be one that that's setting up nicely. SpaceX coming back. Tesla slowing down. NVIDIA 1 minute engulfing was nice. Didn't really, I mean, you got to 194.36, but hasn't really made like a great move. If your entry's here, it hasn't been like a really move worth your while just yet. For me, for the way I risk reward. Okay, now things might be changing. Now things might be changing there. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a good move if it keeps going. Pre-market high. It's funny you mentioned PLTR Atlas level. I do have PLTR. Here's PLTR. I do have it here. It looks very mixed, so that's why I'm kind of seeing the price action matching up with that. On a bigger picture, yes, there are some levels all the way up there towards 129, but again, that's pretty far out, right? On a smaller picture, it looks very balanced right here. So I don't see a big imbalance up or down on PLTR right now. So
there it is. That was the drop. Oh man, that's interesting.
Oh, PLTR 115.
Oh, Microsoft. See, that's the move I was looking for.
You were looking for that drop. Did you take your eyes off of it, Peter? What
happened? I didn't take it. It was unfortunately it was holding above the VWAP, and I don't like it when it sits in that zone. It is the drop I was looking for, but it didn't start from the right position, so that's just unfortunate.
I gotta tell you, I almost went short PLTR, and this is, I don't know, man. This thing is not trading well, but we got a lot of orders at 115 now, so it's below the VWAP, but it just looks very, very choppy. And here's what I'm thinking, like 5-minute ORB breakdown in this area, but I don't know. This is trading back and forth above the VWAP, so we'll leave that alone. Let's look at something cleaner. Tesla stalling, trying to go higher. How does Tesla look? Maybe Tesla could be a 5-minute RB breakup. Okay.
I don't know. Andrew took Tesla long. He's just hanging on
he did
here because it
okay.
didn't. Yeah,
I could see that.
He got in late though, so he's in sort of towards the high. So he needs a break to a new high of day for it to be worthwhile. So I'm not.
I could see it bouncing from here. The 5 looks great, man. This looks good. It's holding. All right, I'm gonna go to. All right, so I'm going long. Tesla 5-minute ORB. Let's see if we could break the high.
Really?
Let's see if we could break the high. Yeah, really. I like it here. 5-minute ORB. Peter, you don't agree?
Okay.
I agree.
All right.
Well, let's see if doesn't matter what we think.
I don't.
Let's see if the market agrees. Let's see if the market agrees.
You're right.
Oh man. Let's see here. Okay, come on. The break of this will be amazing if you can get it. Here's the high. It's struggling. Next pop, I'm taking a partial. Next pop above the high. Oh wow, there it is. Okay, here we go. All right, 2 partials in, friends. We're getting the move quick because I know this is not gonna last. It's just the way Tesla is. It's hard to trade. So 2 partials in here. Let's see if we get a little more on Tesla. Let's try to be a little more patient. 388 maybe. Atlas looks, anyway, it doesn't look like, it's not great. Atlas, by the way, on Tesla. It's not like super bullish, but it is slightly more bullish, I think. Okay, let's see, one more push. You could do it. Come on, 388. Is trying. We're not getting the quick swift move here.
No. I mean, you got to move higher, so I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But
Let's see if we get 388. Oh man, 387.58. And this is a level we're coming up against just right below 388. Come on. Oh, this is close enough. Oh, I didn't get filled. On my 10%. Oh,
I
come
didn't
on.
get filled.
Oh, there it is. I got it. All right. Oh my goodness. Oh, all right. We got filled. There it is. Let's go higher. All right. Let's see. Come on. A little more. I'm not gonna fill 20 shares. How does that happen? All right. Let's get some more here. That doesn't make any sense. Oh wow. Okay. Here it is, friends. Here it is. This is awesome. All right. All right. Another partial here. Okay.
I'll admit.
There's a doubter, Peter. But we got a great move here. Now I'm going to be more calm and patient. I'm going to try to read. Because I took off a lot too soon, I think, man. How much we have left?
Yeah.
Shares. Yeah, it took a lot. See, it's easy to say now that we moved up so high that, oh, you took off too much. Yeah, I get it. I get it. But if this thing would have went down back to my break even, I would have said great decision making. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. See, let's see. Let's see if it holds here. It's trying.
Oh, for you.
There it is. See, it's.
Yeah.
That is the drop.
Big pullback.
I should have taken more off up there. Now that it's dropping back.
It's so easy to immediately second guess the action you just took, right?
I know. So easy to do that. I mean, we still, it's the way it's moving, we still have 150 shares left. So it's like 149 to be exact. Like, it's still, if we can get to 390, that's still a nice chunk. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to just say, hey, forget it. Don't manage it. Let it come back to break even. Like, no, we don't want to do that. See if 390. I'm gonna take some off here, I think. Come on. Atlas says yes, guys. Atlas says yes, we can go higher. So that's what I'm banking on a little bit. Let's see if market Atlas is right. It is. Oh yeah, see, let's take some here. Yeah, it is. So we just took off another. Yeah, it's another partial right here, guys. That's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. You missed Amazon. What did Amazon do? Let's turn to Amazon.
Yeah, it moved higher. It did.
Oh yeah, it's a good move. $5 almost, maybe 6 from the open.
Yeah.
From the breakout point, $3. 5-minute ORB. Very similar to Tesla too. Amazon. Oh man. Let's go. Let's go Tesla. You know, we came in here with our expectations very low. It turned out to be actually a great morning so far. Did not think we were going to get this type of trading today. PLTR.
And that's what can happen, you know. You get these days where you don't see much, but you know, this is why I stick to the usuals. You know, Tesla ended up, making a good move. I wasn't a believer, I'll admit.
You didn't believe the 5-minute ORB situation here? It looked great on the 5-minute though, Peter, right? I mean, it did look great, right? Like the pullback here, the move up. I think that looked good. And the 1-minute was setting up nicely off the bounce off the 9, kind of like and I don't trade ABCD pattern, but it kind of looked like an ABCD pattern to me.
Yep.
Right, and so that kind of helped a little bit, but it looked really good for the 5-minute ORB.
Oh, look at that, 380, 392.
Yeah, let's get some off here. There it is. Okay, I don't have much left now. But man, that is nice. We don't need to take a lot of shares, guys, by the way. Like if you take a decent amount of shares, Tesla can move, you know, this is $6 move, right? So you don't gotta take a lot of shares to you know, get a decent profit. Always think about how much you can lose, obviously. That's the first you should think about. It's not how much you can make, it's how much are you willing to risk is your first question to how much you're gonna put down. But don't gotta put a boatload. Like you don't have to take 1,000 shares here. That's a lot, you know. Well, they can't say that because some people do take 1,000 shares and that they're fine with that. But you get what I'm trying to say. Like you don't have to over risk yourself to make a good return. That's probably the best way to put it. Because 1,000 shares could be very small for someone out there, right? All right. Market Atlas looks like this right now. Anything else, guys? PLTR, you guys are throwing out here. PLTR. I found PLTR very hard to trade. It looked pretty wild on PLTR. All right, Tesla's on the move.
Tesla. Wow, it's still going. Okay, you got a good
Yeah,
little move on Tesla.
It's a great way to start the week. I love this. Look at that.
Microsoft just ended up being choppy. That's the one that I was watching. So that I'm happy to have stayed out of. Along the way, I saw Apple. Apple was, I'm never quite certain about Apple, but Apple ended up being a good short, actually. You could have got it from VWAP to previous day close. And not a huge move, but, a decent, good $2 move on what could have been about I don't know, maybe a 50-cent risk. So, 4-1. But I have not taken a trade, so I'm still just watching.
Oh man, why did I parse it so strong? Why you do that?
But then you kept
access every. It's just the way I'm wired, man. Sucks, but it is what it is.
Like you said, though, right? Like You know, you got
Yeah.
to be honest with yourself. If this thing had reversed on you, you would have given yourself a big pat on the back and
Very
said, "Oh yeah, brilliant parceling strategy, right?
a
Well,
lot
well
of
done."
credit.
So you
A lot of
can't you
credit.
can't
Yeah.
have it both ways. You gotta you gotta pick one and acknowledge. Okay, so that parceling strategy helps you when it doesn't run. When it does
Yeah.
run, then accept that you're going to be a little frustrated that you didn't hold
Yeah.
more. So it's just the
That's
way
it.
it goes, right?
I'm gonna take off here just in case this is the end. I don't have a lot left anyway, but it's still enough that I don't want it to come back down to the VWAP, right? So maybe 390 will be our final stop out. I would try to do like a trailing stop, like 390 will be our final stop out, because that is still, believe it or not, man, that's like $4 for my entry, right? So that's how much this thing has moved. So we're not giving back $4 at break even. We're not doing that. So we'll give it a little bit of room. 390 really should be the 20. The 20 can get above 390 would be ideal, because then we can use the 20 as our, okay, once it crosses the 20, we'll stop out, kind of like our trailing stop. But we'll use 390, and then we'll use the 20 if it can get above that 390. So let's see what it does. All right, what else is out there? So we had CSMC, Comcast, let's just call it that. Too many letters. Comcast.
Is it still throwing you off trying to say?
Yeah, it's just always throws me off. Like I always stutter when I'm saying this one. So Comcast here did drop and trying to recover now. Rocket Lab was brutal. We had CHTR, and this it did drop, but I don't know how clean it looked when I actually traded. And then Microsoft, they have that one big drop, Peter. I think you would have gotten a partial out of this. It's a $4 drop. I think you would have gotten at least a couple of partials and then stopped out and break even.
Maybe.
But it didn't continue. I'm watching Tesla on the other side here, guys. 391, not 88. 390. We're gonna bail on Tesla. If it hits that, we'll get all out. PLTR, not really. SpaceX below the VWAP again, a little more defined below the VWAP. So maybe this could mean something. Don't know. And that's all I got. Thanks, guys. Yeah, it's a good trade. I mean, I really like this setup. Turned out really nice. I mean, you never know what you're going to get out of it, right? This is the stuff you never know is going to happen. But this breakout was really nice here, right? A little too excited here on the parts. Like, this was definitely too much, right? But for some reason, I was looking at this level, and we've seen Tesla do it so many times. It hits this and then comes right back to break even or VF. So this was a little aggressive, maybe one. And then here, I'm just thinking, okay, we're going to be aggressive and, you know, a little bit less. But then when this dropped, I was very happy I took these partials. Like I said, when we got this red candle, I'm like, oh, yeah, good move, Carlos. And this could have easily been down here at break even. So, but the 5 minute was the most important thing. Here's the entry, right? You had a nice engulf in the 1 minute here. I didn't trade it that way, but if you're watching that, that's a good entry. But looking at it at a dead chart the way we are right now. But when me and Peter were looking at this actually happening, it was not clean. It was very wicky. It was up and down, up and down. Like, you couldn't really trade that. If you were able to, man, shout out to you, because that was very difficult live action the way this thing got created here. So, but yeah, nice engulfing here. Very quick one, mini ABCD pattern, and now we're looking to see if we can continue on this 9 moving average trend. It did here, held it nicely here, coming back now to test the 9 again. Let's see if that's going to be a thing. 390 is our final stop right now. And what else? How's some of our popcorn stuff? CHTR didn't really get the volume. Looks quiet. SpaceX, PLTR, although ugly, it is breaking higher. Not pretty, but PLTR is breaking higher, friends. Look at that. Oh, man.
Yeah, PLTR.
118. Someone mentioned in the chat 118. I didn't believe you. I'm like, I don't know. Especially when it was doing this right here. I'm like, looks weak, but there you are. You're 118. So, you know, you called it. Hopefully you took it.
Yeah, Uber's got a little bit of a move here now.
Mr. Sean, yeah, I just mentioned it before I even saw your comment. I mentioned that. I remember you said it. Yep. And I'll be honest, I didn't believe that was gonna happen. Here at least, I'm like, I don't know if that doesn't look possible, but here it is, 118 and higher, 119 now for PLTR. You've been in all morning, pre-market or open, aftermarket open? See if we get 395 on Tesla, 394. 394 is the high. Let's see if we can break that. Andrew's also traded Tesla as well. He added already also. So here's Andrew's trades. So here's Andrew's trade on Tesla in, partial added, and then partial here, and now he's got his order at 395. So again, just holding nicely in the 9 moving average. It's beautiful. Very, very nice. So we'll see. Microsoft high of day. Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft is moving higher. Friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. 378. We are looking for 500. 500 will give us access to give away a funded account today to all our members, all our viewers, members of Lambos and Garbage Truck. Get extra tickets, but we'll give everybody will be able to get in the giveaway. So hit that thumbs up. We'd love to see you guys win that prize. It's one every week.
Give it away.
Yeah,
give it
one
away
every week. We missed last week. I feel bad. I feel like there was a funded account left there, like a lost toy, you know?
Like a lost toy.
Toy Story Mania, man. It's we watched number one on Friday night, 2, 3, and 4 Saturday throughout the day, and then correction, only 2 and 3 Saturday evening. 4 Sunday morning, and then movie theaters on Sunday evening to watch number 5 because my daughter wanted to watch 1 through 4 before going to watch 5 at the theater. So that was something. That was something. All right, is the fun over here? 390s are stopped. Looks like the fun might be over. The SPY is putting pressure on stocks. You see NVDA dropping a little bit, dropping a lot actually below the VWAP. NVIDIA, guys, possible VWAP breakdown if it can pull back here, but I think it's just going to run right to the previous day close. Oh, yeah, no breaks on NVIDIA. It's just going. That's a shame. That could have been a good opportunity for a VWAP breakdown, but it's not pulling back. Tesla at 391. 390s are stop on Tesla. Anything else dropping to the VWAP that we can take advantage of? NVIDIA was so nice, but it's running too much. CMC, Comcast, Rocket Lab, CHTR, no. Microsoft, no. There's nothing at the VWAP that I like. Tesla. Here's the 20. Can the 20 do its job? The 20 is actually above 390. Can it do its job or no? It's trying. SPY right above the previous day close, just holding. Is that the previous day close? Actually, no. Hold on. Put it in the bigger screen. Oh no. That's the low from like the pre-market or something. We are really far up, so correction on that. Tesla trying to hold a 20. What else? 391. All right, looks like Tesla might want to hold. Maybe. Sure, SpaceX. I don't know. SpaceX. No, I don't know. I don't have a strategy here to short SpaceX. So if you like it, yeah. But I don't see a play for me here.
SpaceX? I mean, it's already down. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be hard to take it lower, especially being that you know that 150 has been such a support area.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys, 418. We're getting there. 418 likes. 500. As soon as we get there, we'll run that giveaway. Free funded account. So we'll get that done. Tesla managing to hold the 20. Let's see if it can make a new high. Thanks, Joshi. Joshi Boy 808. What is a funded account? Check out tradingterminal.com. But basically is an account that we give you to trade for 90 days. And you are able to trade the markets and on a simulator. But if you do get, if you end up profitable, up to $10,000, we will definitely pay you out, right? So Andrew will pay you out. So there's more rules and everything to that, right? But if you look at bearwithtrades.com/funded, all the rules and stuff are on there. But we give one away every week here. Try to at least. When we hit 500 likes, we give away a funded account. Any winners from the funded account? I know we had a few last week. Head over there, bearwithtrades.com/funded. All the information is on there. And when you go there, as Tesla's just going sideways, you can look at this in the meantime. You can see some of our winners, right? So let's look at our current. So got Elisa, 38,000 right now. Shala is 37,000, very nice. Tagore, 14,000. Ronald, you guys don't make it easy with the names, huh? You got you winners. Where's the Mike, the James, you know, the stuff that I can read. Just kidding. Sandy, we had a big debate about the Sandy name. People think Sandy is a girl's name. I know more Sandy guys than girls. So I got a cousin named Sandy, and I know at least 2 other Sandy male friends, right? So Sandy's definitely a boy's name, I think. I don't know any girls named Sandy. So let me know in the comments here. But Sandy, girl or boy, you are up 11,000. So nice. Nice. Sandra equals Sandy? Nah, I don't think so. I think you got to Google that, Candy.
Well,
I don't know.
It can.
It can. Doesn't have to though. It's a girl's name? I don't think so. Okay, here we go. I had a manager that was a male named Sandy. Yeah. Sandro? I don't know anybody named Sandro. That sounds like a bad guy from some kind of movie. Sandro Man. Like, no, I don't know anybody named Sandro.
Okay.
Oh, Like some Batman new series or something. I don't know that. Um, more often girl's name. Okay, so Roboski says more often girl's name. Okay, all right. Um, let's see what Google says. Let's go to Google. Uh, oh yeah, it's primarily female, with origins both to English and Scottish language, often considered diminutive of Alexandra and Sandra. Oh, you guys are right. Additionally, Sandy can be used as a gender-neutral name, making it suitable for both boys and girls. Okay, so I definitely know more boys, but it can go both ways. There you go. But you are right, Candy. And whoever says Sandra it comes off the Sandra Alexandra name. But yeah, no more Sandy males. All right, here it is, 394. Let's see if we could break. Tesla's trying to get above here to 395. Let's see if it can do it. Had a nice big push out of nowhere.
Still hanging out there yet. Did you get your all out, right, of Tesla?
No. I still have have a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Not a lot. Yeah, 110 shares. That's all I have. Very little. But not enough to make it come down to break even, right? Like you can still take some out and be okay. My dad's best friend was named Sandy, short for Alexander. Okay. Oh, looks like that was the last push on Tesla. All right, let's see here. Not a lot, my friend. I'm usually risking 250 on Tesla, so not a boatload of shares. So whatever my risk is, 250. If I'm giving it $1, $2, that will determine stop. I mean, $1 $2 stop. That will determine how many shares I take, right? So. But as long as it amounts close to that 250 risk. Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. Sometimes it's just 200. I've taken $100 risk just in Tesla. And AMD is brutal. AMD could move, man. That thing, you don't need to risk 250. You could risk $175 on AMD, and you can make 500 under the end, fairly quickly. So, just think about always how much do I want to risk for this trade, right? That's the first question, and the rest let it play out the way it does. Sometimes you're gonna make 500, sometimes you might only make what you risk, right? Based on how it runs. So, but as long as you control the risk, like all the focus has to be on controlling what you are risking on that trade. That's the most important thing. Because if you do it the other way, which I have, I want to make 600. I want to make 1,000. Okay, so I got to risk this amount, and then that's brutal. You want to do it that way. Find out quickly how that doesn't work. All right, let's. I think Tesla might be done here. Yeah. It's holding on to 20 though. Pretty nicely, actually. If you look at it, 20 is actually nice. But I just think, like, this was your chance. You went up, you couldn't make it. What's up with that? Like, that should have been a continuation. we're getting like a big hit. Speaking of heat, Peter, I know you was hot this weekend.
It was very hot here, yeah.
We're getting like a heat wave this towards the end of this week. I'm not sure about you guys up there, but it's like gonna be like 101, 102. Like it's gonna be blazing down here. So be safe, friends. If you're out and about, stay hydrated if you're in the area. But it's supposed to be pretty hot here in the Northeast. Europe is on fire. What are we looking at? Europe over there. What is it? Five. Damn. That's hot, man. 45, you sure? What's 45? Like 103, 105? Like what is that? That seems high, man. You sure? What is 45 Fahrenheit? No, Celsius. Oops, did it wrong. Hey. 113. Damn. That's hot. That's hot. Be safe. Be safe. All right, I'm looking for other opportunities, friends, but the market just decided to kind of go side. Besides, SpaceX actually had a nice drop here to the previous day close, but there's just a lot of sideways right now, like PLTR sideways. Tesla actually, after a great trading, sideways for the last couple of minutes. NVDA had a great drop, and my charts are loading. That's another that continued to drop. We didn't. I love this drop here. We never got the pullback for a VWAP breakdown. That would have been nice. I would have taken that for a possible target to the previous day close. But again, it just kept going and just kind of went sideways, dropping some more. And if you do like previous day close breakouts, there might be something happening here. And again, I don't have that strategy, but there might be some previous day close opportunities here, whether support or breakdown. Right now, it looks like breakdown. For NVIDIA. Comcast on our secondary list. Ooh, excuse me. Comcast on a secondary list sideways. Rocket Lab. I don't know what Rocket Lab is doing. I actually don't know what it's doing, but it dropped. Yeah, a messy VWAP breakdown. And here we have CHTR. Microsoft, messy, and then now it's dropping again. So it's not a whole lot happening right now at the moment. So we're just watching and seeing where the next opportunity is going to come from as SpaceX goes lower. Oh, SpaceX is feeling the heat, man. Oof. Feeling the pressure. Let's see what it does around this 150 area. It's had a lot of support right here.
Okay, well, Carlos, we had the initial. Oh, Apple went lower.
What happened, Apple?
Oh, man.
Let me look at it. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get out because if this thing decides it wants to drop the VWAP, so I'm all out of Tesla. If it decides it wants to drop the VWAP, I want to be focused on a possible VWAP breakdown strategy to the previous day close. So I'm out of it. Great trade. Then let's look at Apple, Peter. You mentioned Apple. What was the deal?
Look, just
There it is, loaded.
yeah, it made
Oh yeah.
a good move. That VWAP retest I think would have been good. Again, I sort of hesitated on that. 940 would have been the entry point, and then you could have just sort of written this down. So not a huge move, but just a nice consistent one. So
Sorry guys, didn't know my mic was muted. I didn't think it was. I thought I was talking the whole time. Was not aware. What else? What else? PLTR's losing it. SpaceX. All right, so Tesla's the only one that's like coming up to the VWAP that might give us an opportunity, right? So, let's see if that means something. Let's see. Uncle D trades, you're trading iron. What is iron doing for you this morning? IR yen. Oh wow, it's a great drop for iron limited. That is nice. Started quietly into the red a few minutes later, and then look at the drop, just keeps on going. So turned out pretty nice. The Uncle D trades over on YouTube. He watches this stock every day. It's kind of like his it's kind of like Peter's AMD for him. Every day he's watching this ticker.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a couple of things feeling the pressure. PLTR below the VWAP did pull back here a little bit higher than I would like. How is Tesla doing? I like the way Tesla's moving towards it. Let's see what it does. SPY, friends, putting a lot of pressure. I think Tesla did not want no business going lower, but the SPY said, no, this is what we're doing. And things are just kind of folding a little bit here. You know, I'm surprised you didn't get into any of these selling off stocks yet.
Me too, a little bit, but you know they don't. I don't know. I again, I'm not. I gotta work on my mid-morning trade opportunities.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for them as actively. So
I have a wish. Market is failing. What? Falling? What's the wish? Good entry 116. QQQ is red. Yeah, SPY is still green. QQQ just went to the red for a second. Back at it again. Saw some weakness coming in here. Let's go to PLTR. So PLTR, oh man, it does look like a VWAP breakdown. It's not great, but it does look pretty tradable. Got the drop, got the pullback. You're getting close to your confirmation. 116.60-ish. Stop loss at 117. It's $1. It's $1 stop. What's the target? Initial target will be low of the day, maybe. It's $1 to $1. I don't know. 1-to-1. That's not really great, and it can't trade 1-to-1 because just the way how choppy it's been. Like, it's been moving, but it has not been all that great for PLTR, to be honest. So I don't know if this is worth the risk. know. I don't think it is. I think I'll pass on this.
Carlos just said thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, I don't
Thanks.
think. I think can make the move, but I just don't think it's worth the risk on it. I think it's doable, but yeah, thanks but no thanks. That's exactly. And let's see what happens. Let's see which way it goes. Let's see which way it goes. I saw that earlier too, Joshy. PLTR was really balanced, and I think that's kind of why it's trading the way it is. Like, although it moved up high in a couple of moves here, it's been really choppy and golfy type thing. Like every candle overlapping the previous candle. Like it's done a lot of that. And look at it now; it's not even working out on this trade here. So it's yeah, I don't think it's trading. We definitely seen way better trades than that. So Tesla did come test over here up, heading back higher, looks like, or at least trying to hold the bleeding. SpaceX, Red, NVDA. You guys mentioned another one. Amazon and Intel. Yeah, Intel. Let's look at Intel from J. Abrantes PT, or maybe that's a Spanish name. Abrantes, I'm not sure. INTC. Oh man, yeah, it did trade very well right from the start. Nice drop, held on to the 9, couple of nice clean pullbacks, and all the way down to 118 from 127.80. So almost a $10, $9 and change drop there. So that's good. That is good. Any news on Amazon? No, we had no news on Amazon. At least I haven't heard no news on Amazon, but we know they're rocking. You guys mentioned it earlier. This thing was taking off. They got their Prime, right? Their Prime is in here? Not that should affect the, the price right away. It should affect it after you get reports on how they actually did. But is Prime dates in July sometime, right? Or did we miss it? Did I miss it? Oh, it's taking place. Oh, TSLA. Oh, it passed already. June 23rd to 26th is Prime Day. So it's done. It's been done. I mean, do you are you the type of shopper? And be honest. Let's be honest with each other. Right? So one thing to build loyalty is that we have to be honest with each other here, guys. All right. So it's okay. Be honest. Do you go on Prime and you just start buying stuff because it's on Prime, or do you say, "Hey, I need this today. Oh, it just happens to be Prime. I'm gonna get this because I need it." Or do you just go in there shopping around to see what's on special? And you just buy. Right. Well, what's your Prime like situation? I didn't buy anything in Prime at all. Nothing. There's nothing I was looking for. So let's be honest here. Put in comments, how are we doing this? I only buy what I need, says Georgie. Need it. Okay. So all right. So not shopping for deals. You're going to see what you actually need and you buy that. And if it's on Prime, great. If it's not, no problem. Never impulsive buying. Just my watch list. If it's on Prime, I get it. Oh, okay. So you put your So you got your list. You got your wish list, and you say, "Oh, this is on special today." Boom, get it. Okay, I like that. Okay. Prime Day is not the same as it was 10 years ago. Prices aren't that great. Okay. Only what I need. Only what I need. I need something that I want to be on Prime for fast delivery. All right.
Prime?
Well, that's regular Prime, right? I'm talking about Prime Day, right?
Well,
regular Prime, yes.
Prime days, it's actually a series of days, right?
Yeah, it's 3 days. Yeah, like 23rd to 26th.
They had record sales on Prime Day this year.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I saw it here somewhere. I had the data.
Is that what's moving it, right? Because it finished on the 26th.
Maybe.
It was done. Yeah.
Maybe, because hold on here. Let me find it. I had a little article that I got sent on that. Here you go. Consumers spent an estimated 26.4 billion during Amazon Prime Day, which was the 23rd to the 26th, which is up 9.3% year over year. But Carlos, interesting. Remember we talked about this last week. The
Yeah.
increase is attributed partly to larger ticket items, but mostly due to inflation. So again, they spent 9.3% more, but a lot of that was due to increased prices on the same items.
Higher
So they didn't
prices,
actually
right?
sell
Right.
more stuff. The prices are just higher. So there you go. Was
That makes sense.
9.3, yeah. Mm.
That makes sense. Amazon rocking today, up 5% almost this morning.
Interesting. It's
SpaceX.
amazing how many analysts cover, sort of track Prime Days and other things, and
Mm-hmm.
there's the discounts are about the same on major ticket items. A data survey firm called Numerator tracked more than 178,000 Prime Day orders and showed that the average order size this year was only $47.66, which is down from $53.34 last year.
Mm.
So their order size is decreasing too. So again, net, it all went up, but more expensive items with smaller orders. So they say that it's pointing to a fatigued customer. They're not necessarily spending more. They're just trying to spread what they have over better deals and discounts. Anyways, you never know,
Mm.
right? It doesn't mean the market's going to necessarily respond to that. And as we're seeing, Amazon stock seems to be doing well this morning. I didn't have it
Yeah.
on the radar, I have to admit, Carlos, because I didn't think that Prime Day, like I've watched Amazon in the past as the
Yeah.
Prime Day results have come out, and it doesn't usually move. It's not a typical driver of the stock. Today maybe is an exception. I mean, it's pretty consistently higher. But I mean, to me
Yeah.
now, this is the time of day when I can watch it for a potential reversal, which is what I'm starting to put my eye to. I'm a little disappointed on some of the like CoreWeave. Look at CoreWeave; it went the other way. It's down, but that's that's a big drop on CoreWeave.
Mm. Yeah.
Uh,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
and you said something about Oracle pre-market. We never actually went back to look at Oracle.
We never
Is there
went
news on
back.
Oracle?
Someone did mention it pre-market, and man, wow, look at that. Slow
I mean, it
start
did.
and then
Yeah, exactly.
dropped.
It did nothing at the start, but now then it moved well.
That is pretty nice. It's a great example of a 5-minute RB that takes place a little bit later. Again, these are tough to trade, but if you look at the 5-minute, like this is still within that 5-minute range. But I find these a little bit much harder to trade. So Sandy is SpongeBob's friend's name. Yeah, Sandy, the squirrel.
Sandy Cheeks.
That squirrel lives on the water with her helmet.
I know exactly.
Yeah.
And her little biodome.
Yeah, yep. Very smart, by the way. She's always creating some stuff, and yeah, like a scientist or something. I don't know what her thing is, but it's always into something.
Yeah, she has like a spacesuit, like a little NASA spacesuit, right?
Yeah, yep. Oh, that's good. I'm just going through Prime stuff, and this comes up, and I love it. Right? It's they're trying to cater to family, whatever. At least advertise to family. Playdates will never be the same. This is not what I want my kid doing on Playdate. Don't want them on computers. I want them out doing other stuff. Playdate will never be the same. Okay. So funny. Carlos, is this Ace Yoga Bear? I find this a little bit much harder to trade.
Uh,
Yeah, I guess, right? I don't know. That's good. That's good. Yeah. But again, different times, right, Alex? Different times, right? This is a new world we live in. Everything has changed quite a bit from what we did as play days. Right? We didn't have play days. There was no play days. We just played in the street. There was no come over to my house type thing. We just played outside. Everybody just went home. Um, but yeah, very very different. Wow. Tesla decided to turn on the engines. Look at this. I jumped out here. Obviously, hit my stop. It would have hit my stop anyway for 390. But look at this. It's just volume just coming in. I think Andrew's still stuck with it. Hopefully he did. He had order at 395. Hopefully he's stuck with it. He did. Or he jumped back in or he added. I'm not sure what he did, but he's in it. He's in it. I'm not sure what he did, but he had the first great trade and now he's in. The rest he added. Oh, he just changed it, but he added in partial into that 396, 397 almost. So very nice, very nice. Alex in the palm tree. Carlos, how is Peter doing? Peter's here. You can ask him. Peter, how are you doing?
Yeah. You worried about
Alex
me?
on the palm tree is asking.
Just watching
Yeah.
different stocks. Oh,
Yep.
there's an hour into this market, 10:30.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm.
Yes, indeed. Here goes Tesla. Wow, man, Tesla. Very nice. So here it is going higher. Also, this Andrew's trade, if you guys missed it. Added. Because I don't think he got out. No, he didn't get out. So he added here. Right, he didn't get out. Nope. He added and then took advantage of the next breakout. Nice. And he was in from the beginning. Like, he was in all the way down here. Got the break. Partial added, and then we had to wait for that entire time there because that took a while, right, to get going. That's where I got out. So right over here, I got out here, and it comes back up, and look at this move. So awesome stuff. Hopefully you're in that. How do you know when a move is extended? I mean, it's this move is extended from Tesla. The challenge is, when do you start coming back? The timing, as far as the timing goes, right? But some people look at different things. They'll look at pivot points, R4s, right? When you start getting those to those levels. Some people will look at MACD. Some people look at RSI. I mean, there's so many other tools that people look at. Some people look at percentage, from the previous day close, 20, 30, 25%. This seems a lot, or like it's extended, So there's so many ways to gauge that. It's very, very hard to tell, Peter. What's your thoughts on that?
No, I agree with you. Like, that's the key thing. You never know, actually, when it's fully extended. All you can do is look at whatever signals you use, and there's nothing wrong. Remember, all of these tools, right, that you just mentioned, Carlos, are all derivative of the same. I say there's really only three data points that we have in trading, right? You have a price, you have volume, and you have time. Those are really the only three, data elements we have, and then you just combine them in many different, combinations and permutations to create all of these measures that we've got. So, there's none are right or wrong. Just don't rely on, just don't use like 5 of them because there's no point. Pick the one that you think is most meaningful or that makes most sense to you. That would be my opinion. So.
Yeah, agree with that. What do I think about MRVL? I'm looking at it now. I mean, clearly it did reverse here, right? I don't see a great double bottom pattern for reversal, right? Reversals are very, very tough. On the 5-minute bigger time frame, you kind of got like an engulf. And I got a level here, 250, 220. So you could be trading it all off this level as well for a possible reversal. But again, It's already gone, right? So I think it's already gone. It already reversed. It's coming up to the VWAP now. So as far as shorting it here, I don't have that strategy. So it's very difficult for me to advise you what I think about a short. What I'm looking for here will be a VWAP breakout. If it comes to the VWAP starts breaking out, I'll be looking for that opportunity, right? So that'll be my thing. And then last question, and we got Mike as well. Well, not last question, but let me answer this one because we guys can ask questions as much as you want. Carlos, can you please explain the concept of adding partial when to add to your winning position? I think here's a great example. We got it right here, Andrew. Right, he's the one that adds to his trades, and I find ads to be great when you're doing them when that could be a standalone strategy. Let me break down what I mean by that, right? So he got into his positions here. He's adding here for the break, right? So that's a break of high of the day strategy there. He's adding here again for another break, right, of the level where we had resistance in the past. So alone, this could be its own trade. I think those are usually the best ads. When that ad could alone be its own trade, right? And I could see someone look at the 5-minute RB and trade it as like an ABCD pattern. I'm not saying this out. Andrew traded it, but I could see someone trading this like an ABCD pattern getting in here. I could see John getting in for a high of day here for the breakout, right? So I think, but this is an ad for Andrew. I think when you can add on a standalone trade, I think those are usually the best ads, I think, for me. And I see the best people that add, Eamon, Andrew, John. I've seen John do ads to his trades, right? Adding on the high of day breakout is usually they could stand on their own, right, for the most part. So I think those are the best ads. But again, I don't add myself. Peter, I think you have added before when things reverse back to the VWAP and then you add, to go short again using the VWAP as rejection point, as resistance point. So, and if you look at that trade alone, that straight could stand on its own. So I think those are usually the best ads. So, all right, my friends, here's what we are going to add to this stream is our good buddy Mike.
Mike,
how are
you
you?
have Mike out there? Where's Mike?
Yeah, Mike is here.
Mike.
Hey, how y'all
Speaking
doing?
of adding, let's add Mike. How's it going?
Speaking of adding, we're adding to our trade. All right, there you go. Mike,
let's go.
Mike's added to the trade. I love it.
I'm at it. There we go. Yeah, so
How was your weekend, Mike?
My weekend was good.
You don't sound so sure of that.
I don't know. I believe you.
I had a rough Friday. Friday was rough.
Okay.
But I got through Friday. And then Saturday was fun and Sunday was fun.
Okay.
Even though I will tell you, I was detoxing yesterday. Like I was feeling very deprived. I only had one soccer game. I didn't know what to do with my life after the Canada game. I'm like, it's only 4:00. What's going on? What's the next game?
That's true. I did the same thing actually because I got home last night after, because we actually watched the game at my brother-in-law's house while we were doing the thing. And I got home, I'm like, oh, I wonder what game's on tonight. I'm like, why can't I find a game?
I was like,
confusing.
what's going on? I couldn't do it. I was like, oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I looked outside. KC Live is completely empty. I'm like, what happened? Did I actually get my life back all of a sudden?
Friends, really quick, we need like 50 more likes for this free funded account. So we're at 485. I think that we can do that very easy. So I'm going to start setting up the funded account giveaway. 50 more likes, and Peter and Mike are going to think about the hashtag as I do that.
Yeah. So today was an interesting day on the SPY, right? We gapped up, but I think there's two major levels on the SPY that you have to be aware of on the SPY. Why did my SPY not come all the way over to that other chart? And that's basically where we sold off from and where we bounced from and why we're kind of back in the middle. If you see all last week, the highs were around this 740 that we rejected. And then the lows were here at 731. this wick, Peter, you were there with me on Friday. Remember,
Yeah.
this wick magically appeared like 30 seconds before the market closed. It was that one big spike down and bounce up, and Brian, me, and you all went, "Whoa, what was that?"
I don't think I was there at the close Friday at that time. I left a little
Oh
early
yeah,
because of pickleball. Yeah.
oh yeah, you left, but Brian and
Yeah.
it was like 30 seconds before the close.
Yeah.
Last candle just wicked down and popped right back up, and me and Brian were like, "Wow, what happened?" So I don't necessarily put too much emphasis on this. I was surprised to even see this wick here this morning. So I don't really pay attention to that right now until I see something. But this 731 needs to be a level that you watch, right? This where we seem to be bouncing, and then this 740 level is where we seem to be rejecting off of, which with my futures trade today that I took is why I took a contract off there. I took this nice little break of high of day on it, took a contract looking for the push up to 7,500 and higher. But because the SPY had hit that level that it had rejected so much, I was like, hey, I'm taking a contract off in case this thing slams back down, which in turn ended up being pretty good. So no financial advice, I promise. I had done just watch 740, watch those two levels. You could be in trouble. So so and and then I took a Google trade. I was hoping Google would pop today as well, which it eventually did. It just did not pop the way that I wanted it to as I was trading. Wrong timing. Took the trade here, looked for it, failed, got out of it, and then it grinded back up. And now we're seeming to push higher on Google. So Google was not very nice. I wish I had been watching Tesla though today. Tesla has been the trade of the day. Great high day break trade in the morning. I think this is when Andrew first got into it, and then it consolidated and then broke again. So yeah. And to caveat what Carlos was saying to the question about when do you add to a winning trade, my answer is always when another setup appears. That's when you want to add to a winning trade.
I think that makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Right. We usually say that like when if you would take it as a brand new trade, then that's a great time to add.
Yeah, that is the best. So as far as the rest of the day though, I until we can get above those levels on the SPY, I think I see a ranging day going today. That's what I see.
All right, guys. Over 500 likes. Yeah, let's give away a funded account. What hashtag you guys thinking today?
Ooh, hashtag.
Yeah, what should we use? Peter, anything comes to mind?
Sorry, repeat the question.
Hashtag for today.
Yeah.
I don't know what you all have been
hashtag
talking
for today.
Yeah, nothing sticks out from our conversation. Sandy,
you know what? I mean, if you're gonna let me pick, I'm definitely doing hashtag told you.
told you.
I do remember that from the morning show.
Yeah, I remember that. Let's do that. Told you. Sandy's a good one too. Yeah, but let's do told you. All right, here it is. Hashtag told you guys. Thank you for all the likes. 532. Awesome. Again, every time we get above 500, we can give something away. Tomorrow we can give away a 1 month elite membership. So let us do that tomorrow as well. All right, we'll give that a minute. 80 users, Lambos and Garbage Truck members get a little bit more. Welcome to someone joined here. Oh, Samala. I don't know where the breaks are, but welcome. Welcome to Lambos and Garbage Truck 15 at 27. Good to have you. Lambos and Garbage Truck members get more tickets in the bag here.
Look at this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I think we're on a trampoline today for the market.
Yeah, it's
Up,
pretty
down,
pretty.
up,
Started off okay.
down.
And then it's been pretty crazy. NVIDIA has come back a lot, man. Look at NVIDIA, by the way. That has come back quite a bit from the low, so that's good.
I
right,
tried to
let's
go
run it.
running yesterday, Peter. It was absolutely the wrong thing to do, to go running in 90-degree weather at 90% humidity. I was dumb. But I was like, I haven't run in 2 days. This would be perfect to sweat out all this alcohol consumption for 3 days.
Yeah. Sounded like a good idea when you were in the air conditioning, right?
Yeah, it was great. It was the wrong idea to do. I should have just gone to the sauna.
Well, yeah, because it was hot here too. I played pickleball yesterday morning, and I said that was before I was outside at the barbecue where I was, just staying cool. And it was a lot cooler there, but it was 52 degrees on the court. Somebody had a thermometer in their bag, or one of the little thing. Anyways,
Yeah.
But 52 degrees, which is 126 Celsius. So yeah, it was hot. And no wonder I was exhausted after, 2 hours. I was just like, this is like, it just drained you. Just drained you.
Yeah.
So,
It zaps you.
yeah.
And I came home and I put on my swimming suit because I was like, I'm going to go to the pool.
Yeah.
And I never left the air conditioning. I'm like, I love the air
You didn't make
conditioner
it,
now. I did not make
funny.
it.
That's funny.
Did not make it.
All right,
I think Peter
Some
misspoke.
more,
I think you meant it was 126 Fahrenheit, not Celsius, because he would die at 126 degrees Celsius.
52. It was 52 Celsius, 126 American.
Yeah, he would have died at 126 Celsius.
Yeah.
He would have been like a fried egg on the court, boiling.
That's an oven temperature.
That's tough. Here's some more winners. Some more, not winners, but people that joined. Pogo7976, congrats. Welcome to Lambos and Garbage Truck. And STG710 just joined. Welcome as well. All right, let's run this, guys. Good luck to everyone.
Good luck.
Go ahead.
I am short Tesla, I'm trying to say, by the way, just before that conversation. I got short Tesla.
Nice double top in the one.
Double tops.
Yeah, let's see how that goes. Okay, guys, congrats. Good luck to everyone. The winner is going to be, here's the drum roll. I don't have a drum roll, but and Joshy Boy 808. My goodness, congratulations. It's been very active in chat here, so congrats. You are the winner, my friend. Email me carlos@bearwithtrace.com. We'll get you all set up.
Joshy Boy.
He won.
Nice short on Tesla, Peter.
We'll see. It hasn't gone very far yet. Needs more.
I think you're in a good place.
I think so. Should be.
It's the upper weekly expected move on Tesla. So I mean, I can't imagine it wanting to go much higher. And I'm assuming you're pretty close to 398.
No, because I got in at the retest, so 396.60. So I don't have all that much room on it. But
you never know.
You never know.
You wanted the Google sell-off. That's what you wanted.
That's correct. I want a market sell-off.
Want this quick move? Come on.
I was following your bet that we were talking about. We were talking about prediction markets this morning, Mike, and I mentioned you. I know you made a 3-leg parlay that didn't survive the first leg.
Nope, didn't survive.
Mbappe didn't even score at all, so that ruined.
Did not survive the 3-leg parlay. That's
For anybody
okay though.
wondering, Mike bet that what is it? It was Mbappe, Messi, and Ronaldo would all each score 2 goals in their respective next games, right?
Yep.
And yeah, because the first game was the France game, and I was watching that, and I remember my wife told me the score, and I'm like, oh, but did Mbappe score? She's like, no. I said,
No.
oh well, that
Yep,
sucks.
I lost it. It's all good.
What
Why
was a
am I a
buck?
total alcoholic? I just enjoy partying a lot.
Yeah, but you also bet $1, like it was a
Yeah,
reasonable bet,
I bet
right?
$1.
$1. Yeah. So, that's at least responsible. So if you're gonna do something silly like bet on that, then at least
Yeah,
it was a
you bet
buck.
$1 for the possibility to make $212. Like, yeah, I'll take
Yeah.
that crazy random bet. Who cares? You
Right.
know, like it's $1. I don't even think I can get a soda for $1 anymore. What can
No.
you buy for $1 now?
I don't know.
Like,
Go to a
seriously,
dollar
what can you
store.
buy for $1? You can't buy candy for $1.
You can get a chocolate bar at the dollar store, can't you?
Yeah. No,
But
you can't. I haven't. It's like $1.50, $1.60 now for one.
I don't think so. I think it's $1. Anyways, I don't know. Maybe.
No, I wouldn't bet 1,000 to make 10,000 because the odds aren't in my favor.
Right.
A dollar to me is nothing, right?
Yeah.
$1,000 is much different to me. That's the weight of money, right? Like I don't even think I don't know. I don't know if I was a trillionaire like Elon Musk, I could probably bet 1,000 to make 10,000, and that thousand would be like $1, right? Right?
Yeah.
Equating.
Yeah.
So
Well, Rami, that's good to hear that Egypt is not playing on your daughter's wedding day because we had that whole discussion last week.
yeah,
So that's good because hate for you to have been in that emotional turmoil, but at least now that's not something you have to worry about.
yeah. So that's it. Nothing news. When it's just market going between a couple of its ranges. And
Yeah.
it's just from its lower range to the upper range of last week. That is what we are pretty much dealing with. Ignore this wick. Again, this thing occurred in the last 30 seconds on Friday. It was quad witching too, remember everybody, last Friday, or triple witching, or one of those witches were
There
out
were
there.
witches about.
Whichever witch was out and about on Friday, and I think that's where this wick kind of came from as well, dealing with that. So I think that was last Friday. I'm pretty sure it was. Pretty sure. AMD, what's happening with AMD? AMD.
I don't see much happening with AMD.
Yeah.
I mean, it moved down a little bit after the open, but it wasn't that big of a deal, really. So.
I think your next, then the next area, if you want to short stuff a lot, is if you start to see the SPY get back up near Friday's high, or 2 days, 2 days ago's high up in this area. I mean, this is Friday's high. This is Thursday's high. So you're playing in between those. So I mean, this, if you want a long, you can long down here, or you can long if we break and then find support and push higher. I'm not sure I'm gonna get much else on the futures today. Today might just be a nice small win on a Monday, unless this market really decides to start trending somewhere. So Austin, great question. Actually, is the SPY strong, and is it on an uptrend or a downtrend? on the daily. So when you're looking at the trends, you're looking at swing highs and swing lows. And right now, this 731 is the last true swing low we have, right? And the last swing high is over here, which is actually a higher low. So we are in an indecisive mode necessarily. Are we in an uptrend or are we in a downtrend? You're looking for a lower low swing to be put in below this 731. This, if we can close today, I think we have put that in. I don't know exactly where you want to put the lower swing low though, because of this weird wick that formed. So then I still think right now we're in a short-term range if you look at it on the SPY. I mean, all last week, right? From Tuesday, we gapped down and we put in this range that we've just basically played in from 740 to 730 that we've been playing. So I mean, short-term wise, you're in a range over the monthly or so. I still think you're in a stalling uptrend that could possibly change into a downtrend. So with this being the next lower low for the swing, you want to see where the next swing high is. And if the next swing high is a higher low, you've kind of formally transitioned into that downtrend on the SPY. But I still say more of a range. I'm going to start putting range. If this holds today, I'll put a range as the daily market structure for me every morning until I see something else, unfortunately. Because that means opening range breakouts are going to be tough on the futures. But that's where I think we are for the day. Oh, Tesla came back up on you, Peter.
I know. Oh, I'm out. I'm at a break even. So, sometimes it looks good. Sometimes it, can look good and still not work. That's just the way they go.
Like, I never like when you see these very wicky for the first hour, very wicky candles. It's just not my. Not my style. I don't know. I don't like what this has to offer today. Tesla would have been nice. Tesla's the one trade I'm regretting missing. That was a great opening range or a great high day break to start the day. Here. Yeah. It's the one thing I wish I would have gotten. We'll see. INTC. INTC.
Intel, yeah, just up above VWAP.
Yeah. INTC. Politicians have been investing in INTC, the Pelosi trade. So I miss our tracker that we used to have for the politicians. Is there one out there? Remember they'd show you what politicians would invest in?
I remember at some point somebody had.
We had it on Trading Terminal, but then we got it out of it. Capital Trades. There we go. Find by name. So on June 24th. Oh, traded 28 May. Let's see the day. 28 May. That's April. Right here was the buy. May 28th buy. Oh.
Good morning, gents.
Hey,
Hey,
good
good
morning.
morning.
How you doing?
Hello,
I'm
sir.
doing
Wow, this is a very interesting website.
what rabbit
What are you
hole have you
looking-
gotten yourself into there, Mike?
He's flat earthing for sure.
Yeah.
No, not flat earthing.
I'm
Not
just
flat.
kidding.
Capital Trades. So it tracks all the politicians and it shows
yeah.
you
Oh,
the volume of trades that they've done, the number of trades, the different issuers that they have. Interesting.
Oh, Mike's enjoying it. Hey, Kyle, how
Sorry.
was your morning?
I had a great day. Honestly,
Good.
I was.
That's
yes,
good.
I
So
got
the light
green on the screen, light screen.
Oh,
I had a
that's
great
awesome.
weekend. I just sent Carlos a little something I made up for Raymond. But yeah, I shorted. Well, I had a long on IO and Q, and then I shorted SMCI. Well, we can get into those a little later. But Peter, I know you watched the Canada game.
Yeah, of course.
What a game!
You,
Absolutely. It was you know what? It
I got
was a
my
good
jersey on.
example of how a 0-0 game can still be pretty exciting because man, it was
Yes.
edge of your seat for most of it. And a
Mm-hmm.
good example of, sort of just different styles. So in any event, loved it.
That was the
Of
first
course.
time Canada's ever made it to the knockout round. Is that correct?
Correct. That is correct.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Well, so I mean, first time we've ever been in a sort of a World Cup finals to begin with, and the first time we've ever won a game in that, past the stage, the group stage. So
Yeah,
tickets
impressive.
were pretty cheap too.
yeah.
My son bought day of tickets for $200.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Well,
Nope.
it's the FIFA corruption conspiracy theories are all over Canada right now. You could imagine, Mike, you might appreciate this because, of course, because we're like, so, clearly FIFA did not have an interest in Canada or Mexico as co-host countries because otherwise, why would they could easily have coordinated schedules such that Canada could have played that game in Canada, but that didn't happen. So.
Well, I will beg to differ. I agree FIFA is very corrupt, but had you won your group, you would have 2 games in Canada.
Yeah, but
you lost your group.
well,
So
sure,
they
but
did set it up for you.
yeah, if we only if we won the group.
Yeah.
Again, the conspiracy. Look at the U.S. The U.S. has never and will never, in this whole tournament, play a game
Oh, yeah.
outside of the U.S.
Well, absolutely.
Hmm.
But like
Interesting.
Mexico, they won their group. They get both of it. And I would argue also that Mexico's home game are home games in the US. Like they are home games in the US. They typically outnumber US fans all the time
Yeah.
when they play each other here. So, but I am fully on board with you, Peter. Fully on board that FIFA is corrupt. All you have
Oh,
to do is
we all
watch
know that.
the movie Mex 86.
What is that?
Never heard of it.
Mex 86.
Okay, I'll write that
Okay,
down.
I've never heard of that.
It's about the World Cup being in Mexico in 1986 and
Okay.
how it got to Mexico. Because
Hmm.
I didn't know this, but that World Cup was supposed to be in Colombia, and then it had a whole bunch of drug and the whole drug thing going on, so they had to move it. And then it was a competition of where does it go next, Mexico, US, or some other place. And it shows you the behind the scenes of how a World Cup gets selected. And if and
I don't
like
know if I told you this story. My a good friend of mine, he bought 4 tickets, hoping to so I flipped them, and they were all to, I think 2 were to Toronto, and 2 were to BC. No, all 4 were to Toronto. Anyways, Ford came up with some new bill that you couldn't resell these tickets, and he got absolutely hosed on them. Like he almost lost
Yeah, yeah.
$9,500. I think he paid $3,000 a ticket because he thought the upside was going to be so big. And then Ford, the premier of Ontario,
Bob.
Bob, he passed this bill that you couldn't resell these tickets. So he got just hosed on these things. He ended up selling them to his sister, who went with her fiance, and he lost like almost 10 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, the FIFA. My point was that FIFA is so corrupt. I think because they were taking like 7% of the resale value, so they wanted these things to happen. But I don't know, Ford did it for some reason, so he lost 10 grand. Anyways,
Yeah,
there's my
a lot
rant.
of people have
FIFA's the
similar
most
stories.
corrupt organization in the world.
Yeah,
Like
it's the
corrupt.
mafia.
Just look at the FIFA president, right?
Yeah.
He literally probably when they were 4 games a day, he was attending at least 2 or 3 out of the 4 every day.
Right.
He would literally fly from city to city and attend all the games. It's crazy. Like, how do you do that? Oh, that's right. Because you have a private jet and you're paying for all the jet fuel. How do you get that much money? Corruption.
Yeah, absolutely.
Corrupt. It's the sad part about a great sport. That's just my take.
I agree. I'm going to share my screen here.
It's also, why do you have a World Cup in the middle of the desert in August? Well, it's going to be a winter again, but like it makes no sense. Oh, wait, that's right. Because there's a big briefcase of money that gets passed to you during the
How convenient.
cocktail party and
Yeah.
the deliberations.
Come
that
to section
occur
103
Oh,
quickly.
goodness.
Yeah.
of vote casting.
Oh, goodness. All right.
laugh,
Well,
Peter,
enough
but you know what
conspiracy theories.
happens.
Let's get back to trading.
Yep.
I am short Tesla again, by the way.
Oh,
I don't know if this time it's going to work because we sort of didn't manage to break higher, so we'll see if it goes. But anyways, we'll pass it to you, Kyle.
Thank you very
Looks
much,
like you're
gentlemen.
flying solo because Eamon's burping and changing diapers. And,
He's changing babies. That's no worries. I got a little something planned here.
yeah,
Okay, guys.
I want to see
Thank you
it.
so much. All
all
right.
right. Take care.
Okay, cheers, guys. All right, team. Let's quickly. I sent Carlos a little something,
Yeah,
something. Maybe
just
he can pull it
reshare
up.
your screen. I could pull that up while you reshare your screen.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm not seeing it yet.
Okay. Let me unshare this.
All right, so I see you put something together for Eamon here.
I hope that works. Let me know if you see anything, Carlos.
Yeah, wait for it to come up. I don't see it
Okay.
yet. Okay. I think it's coming up. I got your screen now. Good.
Okay, good. Love it. I'll leave that up there.
Make sure you're muting. If you have the chat room on, mute the chat room because I could hear myself, I guess, coming from the chat room.
Okay, yeah. Where is that? I don't even know. I have so many tabs open right now.
Sometimes you gotta help it along a little bit. You always want to keep track of which side was sticking out. I remember when I was a kid growing up, my friend Justin and I wanted to make.
Okay, that's my IO and Q trade. I'm just gonna blow this up. I'm gonna try and get out of. Oh, because we're in Bearable Traders too, aren't we?
Yes, we're in chat room as well.
Okay, sorry.
Sister's boyfriend found the shoebox and he stole the money to pay for an abortion.
Okay, sorry, team. Rookie status here. Okay, we're back. Here we go.
Yep, so good, my friend. Actually, while you're getting set up, let me show you guys some trades we got from John earlier this morning. So let me bring those up here, so we could share those with you guys. All right, so let me share this stuff from John before you get going, Kyle.
No worries.
Let's see over here, see what people did, and it looks like Gary's the first one. All right, let's go to Gary. So here are some trades from our moderators and also our members. So here's Gary's trade. He went long. There's that Tesla long, and then added, and then partially into strength, and then Tesla just kept going, right? So I got in a little bit later for the 5-minute ORB, which is around this area here, but also great trade. Andrew, he also got in around this area. So you guys saw he took an amazing trade on Tesla and rode it all the way out to the highs, right? Tesla kept going here. Here is Kyle. Kyle, your trade. I'll let you talk about this one when you get to it. So, but
sure.
Your trade on Ion Q. So
yeah,
I'll let you talk about that one. Looking forward to that
Thank
one. Tom H, one of our members. This is Amazon long partial. So really nice. Amazon was a big run today. So 7 hours. Great job, man. That's awesome. Harvey, another one of our members, a great member of ours on IonQ. Long, I'm going to say it's 1-minute ORB breakout. So it looks like to me. Got in for the breakout there. Added into strength. And then partialing up here as the stock went higher. So good stuff, Harvey. Andre, I think that's how you pronounce that. PLTR was tough. I'm surprised he was able to get something good out of this. This is a really good trade, but this is not an easy trade because PLTR was very choppy. I like that you got in here, partial on the top of this move, and then as things just kind of lost ground, you partial, and then got out of break even. So that's probably the best way to trade PLTR today because it was not an easy trader. Cali Trader 21, short on what ticker is this? I might know by the price. I want to say Intel. I can't see the ticker, but I'm going to go Intel because it was the only one that I remember.
Good guess.
Oh, man, we do this for so long. You start knowing just by
not
prices. Just by prices, you know what's happening. This looks like Intel, right? Is it? Let me confirm. Is it Intel? INTC, yes.
INTC 9 moving average rejection, Cali Trader. Beautiful.
Yeah, I see that. Perfect. Beautiful short there. Partial, and it just kept going. Not sure if you stuck around for the move down towards 118, but either way, great stuff there. And Cali Trader is the last trade I have. So great job, guys, moderators and members. Just awesome trading today. All right, and talk to us about your trade, Kyle.
Okay, this was just a standard 5-minute opening range breakup to the upside. I didn't actually have IOQ on my watch list, but I have been watching semis for a long time, and this one just had really nice volume. I just waited for the 5 minute range to form, and then through a confirmation candle, I put my stop loss just around the 9 moving average. It's not the prettiest trade. These are 25% partials, but it just felt good because I needed a green trade today. So I had IO&Q, so that was about 2R, and then I had a really nice trade on SMCI. I can get into that as well. Let's pull this up here. Bum, bum, bum. This one I was really proud of. So, for anyone, any BBT members, I have a webinar tomorrow, and so I've been working on it's called my Gap and Go strategy. But this one, I was building this all weekend, and this thing just like lined up perfectly for me. So I create the 5 minute range, wait for it to break, and then with continuation get that. I kind of missed this entry. Honestly, just like the way I've been trading, I kind of have the yips a little bit. So I would have liked to get in just after this candle here. However, I still executed this well. I put my stop loss halfway down this red candle here, and then I caught this move. I just kept holding it. Market Atlas was so bearish on this, so I actually ended up adding. I wanted to add around here, but again, just the yips, and I was in a green trade, and I didn't want it to go south on me, and so I added here because there was a really large order at 29.25. So it came down. I think I had about 15 shares left. Came back out. This was my break even. So this was about a 7R trade. So that was. I'm taking a picture of this. I'm going to put it in my strategy webinar for tomorrow because it was a really good trade. I felt good about it, and this is why I love trading. It's just like when you stick to your process and when things go your way, it's great. So yeah, that was that trade, and then I was still kind of watching IO&Q with the same kind of thought process going to the upside. But I'm just kind of sitting on my hands. It's like the SMCI trade was really good to me. I have an extra bullet, as Eamon likes to say, but I'm going to wait to fire this for a little bit because I want this light to stay green for the remainder of the day. So let's see what the chat room's doing. Yeah, Frank, unfortunately, I had a run-in with my razor this weekend. I like to cut my own beard. So, I mean, we'll get off character a little bit here, but I trim it with a 1, and then I take a 0.5 on and I clean up my sides. But I had a 0.5 on when I started shaving, and I just went straight up, and I lost my whole beard. So now I'm just kind of a baby-faced assassin, but that's okay. It'll grow back quick. Carlos, do you want to toss that little slide up there? Carlos is always in the shadows doing the Lord's work. AMD. Lose the glasses and I don't want to get ID'd anymore, honestly. I actually haven't got ID'd in a long time. When I do have a beard, I have a lot of gray underneath here, so but now I don't. So maybe I'll get ID'd. You never know. Yeah, I know. Frank, I know. It's amateur hour around here. But those were my trades for today. Yeah, so my IO&Q trade was just a standard 5 minute opening range to the upside. I know Harvey traded this in the chat room as well. He had a much better entry. I think he was down here. This epic pen, I'm telling you. He had a really nice 1 minute opening range breakup, I believe, Harvey. And then I think he actually added. And that's the beauty of trading the 1 minute opening range too. However, it's not in my strategy book anymore because I just got chopped up so much. But if you get in here and you have a good average, adding in at the 5 minute opening range where orb traders like I get in, I mean, that can really help your average out and you can get something to the upside. So a little bit of food for thought, but This was a really nice confirmation candle. I would have liked to have maybe got in just a bit earlier, but overall, I executed this one well. And yeah, this was another stop out break even. I think I only had like 15 shares of this left. So overall, I was really happy with this trade. Let me pull this up. I got a little something set up for my boy Eamon here. Just a sec. I don't know where I put it. Let me just open this Telegram image. Oh, here it is. Can I slide this over? Oh, okay, here we go. Can I make this full screen? I have to be able to. This is a little shout out to our boy Eamon. See anything? Look at this. Our best YouTube members, Candy. You see what I did there, you guys? Oh, you can't even see it yet. It's delayed. Oh, there you go. So congrats, Eamon. Um, I mean, I am no Eamon, that's for sure, with technical analysis, but I've definitely learned a lot from you. I put your little book down there. You see that? So congratulations to you and your family, buddy. And then I put our YouTube members. You got look at these guys: Candy, Frank, Alex, Ben, Alex on the palm tree. I know I missed a few, you guys, but you guys are the guys that keep the chat going. I wanted to use this to try and get to 500 likes today, so you guys could get a giveaway. But you guys already did it. But yeah, congrats, Damon. Welcome to your greatest trade yet, a lifetime of love, purpose, and legacy. A new chapter begins. I mean, AI built this. I didn't type all of this. I'm not going to take all the credit for it, but congratulations, Damon. Let's get this out of here. Now this guy, my mouse is so lagged right now. Let me close this thing. Carlos has the actual image. I'm sure he'll pop it up later, but I also had SpaceX on my list today. SpaceX. This one never played out. I was watching IonQ at the same time, but this would have been a nice 5 minute to the downside as well. Create your 5 minute range. Oh my God, my computer is so laggy right now. Okay, here we go. So for my style of trading, this is this could have been a quick scalp as a 5 minute orb trader. But the more I've been studying my kind of style and my back testing, scalping under the 200 moving average on the 1 minute chart, like the hit rate tells you the statistics, right? Like the risk to return usually isn't as good. But this is where my gap and go strategy, I feel, has really started to give me a little bit more to the upside. So this would have been your 5 minute to the downside, right? But wait for your confirmation candle. So I'll go over this a little bit more. I'll pull up a few slides, but this would have been your 5 minute orb to the downside. What are you going to get here? Nothing, right? Like you enter here, you put your stop loss 200 moving average, chances are you get stopped out. It breaks again with no confirmation candle. This is something I'm really trying to build my patience on, is waiting for that confirmation candle, right? So volume or the price action breaks out, reclaims the range, throws a nice spinning top on the 20 moving average, huge volume, right? So this isn't a trigger for me to get in anymore. The next confirmation candle would have been, and then you put your stop loss at a technical level. And that's something I'm really trying to work on, is getting inside the stop loss of technical levels and not just using the range as much. The range is, you can use it, but the technical level is really the bread and butter. And after reading Eamon's book and just really studying a lot of traders, like, you really want to use technical stop losses. Don't just wing it with the range of the candle. Like you really want to use those technical levels. So some food for thought. And then let's pull this up here. I'm gonna go full screen on this. So this one is too for the BBT members. Kyle, do you have any bias direction you're going to trade, or is it based? Um, yeah, I mean it's always good to have a general bias, and I think for my style of trading, you really want to just look at the 5 and the 30 and try and get yourself some nice levels, and then really look at Market Atlas. Like Market Atlas to me has just been such a game changer, honestly. And the more I'm using it, my patience is just increasing a little bit. And that just comes with time and really studying your charts a little bit, right? So yeah, this is another congrats, Damon. Yeah, you're the man. Your book is honestly amazing. If you guys haven't checked it out, I'm sure someone can put the link inside. But yeah, let's get into this here. So I pulled this up. Eamon actually does this in the morning show, but I just wanted to have a little bit of conversation pieces to talk about. So this is last week. So the market recap: the Nasdaq was up 1.6%, S&P down 0.5, the Dow was down 0.3, and yeah, obviously everything was going on with the war. Oil's down, gas is still $4, the Strait's still closed. And yeah, I mean, this is something I just wanted to share with you guys just for some conversation pieces, right? And take what you can from it. But also, can you please explain how you define your confirmation candle? Yeah, let me let me get rid of this little show here I'm putting on for you. So my confirmation candle is, let me pull up SMCI. And please, you guys, if you want to share your trades, if you have any questions in the chat, just throw them up there, and I'll do my best to give my feedback on you. So my confirmation candle on the break and retest is this one here. So so this is your 5-minute range, right? I look for a test of the range. So this wick tested it slightly. I like to put the range at the bottom of the body. Okay. And honestly, depending on the stock, and you kind of get the feel for these stocks, because a lot of the stocks have crazy wicks, right? So it's hard to really manage your stop accordingly. So depending on the stock, I like to use the body a lot of the time as well. So my confirmation candle was this one here to the downside. A really nice entry would have been right around here. So I kind of missed this move, but I was still in it. And what I'm really looking for around that time is your volume, right? What's the price action telling you? What are your volume indicators telling you as well? These can be your signals, right? Along with market atlas, along with your tape, along with your level 2 to enter or not to get it into the trade, right? So for the 5-minute orb on this, look at the volume down here. SMCI doesn't have crazy volume like an NVDA or a SpaceX. So you really want to look at your volume, right? So for this candle to go short on this when it's a lot of buying, for me, it's not a really good entry criteria, right? Like you're not checking that box. It's not an A plus setup to the downside. Where it is once it's broken the range, it's retested it like this candle, okay? So this break of the range here, nice volume, right? This confirmation candle, look how many other people are getting in, right? You want to go with the momentum. Like guys like me who don't have huge accounts, right? You need to just get in with the big buyers or the big sellers, right? And the market doesn't care about my 200 shares, my 250 shares. He could care less, right? But if you're getting in, let me see how many shares that was. I think it was 250,000. Yeah, so look at the volume, right? 200, it was the most volume from the morning. And call it 460,000. So it's 460,000 shares going short along with my small 250, right? So just getting with the volume, and that's where your confirmation candle comes into play. And in live time, yes, it is hard to pick this out, but that's where your back testing and your trade book really come into play and where it can help you, right? Because I've been working on my presentation, I literally worked on this for like 6 hours. I probably waited a little bit too long to finalize it, but I wanted to make it good. So yesterday I was just staring at my gap and go because I was building these presentations. I was looking at examples. So this is just wired into my mind right now. And what happened, right? It breaks the range, comes back down, little confirmation candle, and then you're rewarded. Like this trade was about a 7R for me, right? Using Market Atlas, look at the price action, right? Look at the targets. There was a huge order to the downside. I think it was 29, 20 or 30. I can't remember. I took a screenshot of it, but use these levels. That's what Market Atlas is there for, right? Like it is a tool, and 9 times out of 10, Market Atlas is correct. Look at I've framed Market Atlas doesn't lie behind me, right? It doesn't lie. Sometimes it might, but overall, it won't do you wrong. But that's when you have to use your strategy, let the price action. They're like we say all the time. These are just tools to help you out with your trading, right? I don't know why I'm so far to the left. Let me come this way a little bit. Fix me, Carlos. Um, okay, let's get out of that one. Could pull this back up here. So yeah, Eamon's book is still free. So you can go to Amazon. It is downloadable on Kindle. And, if he came back to, 50 extra downloads, hey, why not? If we can do our part to help out a fellow BBT member, coach, not member, a long time. I think he might be one of the longest running Bear Bull Trader member, like 10 years. Like Peter said this morning, he's been around like 10 years, and Peter was telling him to do his doctorate. Now he's like, we forget, like, he's a doctor. Like, Eamon is the best. And we appreciate you so much in your technical analysis. So congrats to you and your baby, your wife, and your family. Okay, we kind of went over that. So this is a little Tech Titans update I put together. SpaceX is the next gen Starship completed a hot fire test ahead of Q3 launch window. So these are all just little updates that ChatGPT threw in here. So we can just go over these quickly. Government contracts, new multi-layer contracts secured NASA and DoD worth 2.8 billion. Starlink expansion. I actually heard Starlink is going to release a cell phone, which is crazy. I think, what was it? Musk was on Twitter saying that this is something in the pipeline that he wants to roll out. So, I mean, that's crazy. Something to look forward to. Tesla, Robotaxi, Austin pilot launch is in progress, full scale. So, Tesla had a great move up today. Let's actually pull up Tesla. I know Mr. Aziz had a great trade on this. If you guys want to share your trades in the chat room, go ahead as well. I love to look at them and just give my 2 cents on them. If you want me to, of course. No pressure to do so. But again, here you go. So for my orb traders or 1 minute opening range, beautiful 1 minute opening range, right? I'm not too sure exactly where Andrew got in. I can pull up his trade, or if Carlos has it in the back end. So you get in here, you put your stop loss below this candle, get this move, right? And the way that my mind has kind of been wired now recently is where are these other traders getting in? And I know I kind of go over this in YouTube, but so there's your 1 minute opening range traders. Where's your 5 minute traders? Where are these guys getting in, right? So this is where you look for these confirmation candles as well, right? So I put my range on top of the body, okay? And then let the orb work out a little bit for you, okay? So not only is this kind of an ABCD pattern, ABCD, right? It could be a bull flag, but look at the volume again, okay? These are where your confirmation traders or 5 minute orbs are waiting for the confirmation candle. You don't get in here, you get in on this candle. You put your stop loss at a technical level, so call it the 9 moving average, and then you catch that whole move to the upside. So you're in here, you put your, risk to reward, you put your stop loss under this candle or at the 9 moving average. Use your equalize risk hotkey, and then you catch this move to the upside. Once you're in it, just manage the trade, right? This is where your trade management comes into play. Look at Market Atlas. Where are the orders, right? I didn't trade this today. I know Andrew did, but I think he had a nice ad over here. We might have caught it all the way up to here. But where's your entry? What's your risk to reward? Okay, if you're risking 50 cents, okay, calculate it to get to your 1 to 3, to your 1 to 4. Take your partials along the way and just enjoy the ride, right? So there's your breakout confirmation. Creates a little bit of a range. Boom, continues to sell. Look at the volume. Buying, buying, buying. A little bit of selling. Short coverings, perhaps. Low volume, high volume. Pushes through, right? So this is where you can look to add too. Depends on your trading style, but Tesla was a beautiful trade today for sure. What else do we got here? So AMD, I think they did a good partnership, yeah, with Oracle and Microsoft. I mean, AMD's been killing it too. I know this is one of Peter's. Well, he hasn't traded as much, but this was his old girlfriend that I did today. I'm just gonna pull up the YouTube chat today. Boom. Frank, Melanie, how you guys doing? How was your guys' day? Or the equalize risk hotkey, email me. I'll share it to you. Or if you're a Bearable Traders member, it's in the download section, but bearabletraders.com. Since the equalize risk hotkey for any newer traders is you just double click the montage. You have to enable this, but I just hit Control 2 and it buys how much risk you want. So if you're risking $200 a trade, it'll buy $200 worth of the or $200 of risk. I have been trading just about 3 years now. The majority of it over the last year and a half has been in the funded account. I took 2 of those funded accounts at $10,000. I'm in my 3rd one right now. But yeah, I've rolled a little bit of that money into a personal account and yeah, I'm just enjoying the ride. That's the blue target. Yeah, exactly. The blue target on your trading terminal, that's your equalize risk hotkey. So you put $250 in there, click where you stop loss to be, and then let it go. But AMD, yeah, so this was a beautiful trade as well today. There were a lot of beautiful trades today. It's just what horse did you pick and how did you execute, right? So this guy, there's your 5-minute opening range. Okay. Breaks the range, confirmation candle, put your stop loss at your 9 moving average, and then ride to the downside. And again, this is always easy. Hindsight's 2020, right? Looking at these after, it's definitely a little bit easier than when you're live in the thick of it, right? But like I said, this is why you backtest. This is why you build your trade book. You log every single thing out at the end of the day. Take your screenshots, right? That's where you build your edge, right? And that's where you build the feeling that you're doing the right thing, right? And it just comes with time. Like in trading, you don't always you want to use your intuition, but your intuition is just like market atlas. It's just another tool because your intuition can work 2 ways, right? It can be good, it could be really good, it could be bad, or it could be really bad, right? But that's why you let the price action tell you what's going on, and then you just execute on top of that. Joshy, Mr. Amen is now a father. His son was born Saturday, I believe. So he's gone for I think a week or so. So you're stuck with my ugly mug, and yeah, sorry about that. Talk about NVIDIA? Sure, I can do that. NVIDIA. So I usually don't trade around this time. I am going a little bit more higher time frames around this time because that's what the market tells us to do. But what I'm watching for is still a continuation of my morning strategy. However, because I've had a good day, I'm not really looking to take a trade. I do have a bull in the chamber, but I do enjoy kind of just watching how my trade book is executed around this time. So I'll take the 5-minute range still on NVIDIA, 3, 4, 5, and I'm just going to swing this all the way across. So trading NVIDIA right now is kind of, for my style, it's already, it's not going to work because it's already broke out of the range. It's tested the range. Actually, you know what? If it came back up and gave me a double confirmation candle above 195, I would probably look for a long, because if you look at the opening range, it's only broke out once. It's come back down. It really hasn't given any confirmation on top. So if it comes back on top of not 195 with a confirmation candle, maybe I'll look for a long on this. But overall, NVIDIA looked good. This was a nice, again, 5-minute opening range with confirmation candle, right? Look at your volume. Look at where these other traders are getting in. They're getting in with the confirmation candle, right? So right here, right? Put your stop loss. See, this is where your stop loss is super critical, right? So the 9 moving average, that's a technical level, right? But what's your risk to reward on this? So this would be probably a quick 1 to 2. So there's every trader is different. You can put your stop loss underneath this underneath this candle, or you can put it at a technical level. The more I'm trading with Eamon, the more I'm using these technical levels and just back testing. The technical levels is where you want to use your stops. You don't always just want to put it at the bottom of this and just hope, right? Because the market will humble you. So put your stop loss at the 9 moving average. You catch this move, right? And then that's a quick 1 to 2. Take a partial, put your stop loss to break even. You make a 1 to 1, 1 to 2. Comes back down, stops you out, no problem, goes to the downside. And this is where using your hard stops and stopping out a break even are so critical, right? Because you get in here, you take your partials to the upside, people take their profit, right? Bang, 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 comes down. If you don't get stopped out here, you just give all your profits back. Then that's when wishful thinking comes into play. Oh, it's not gonna, it's gonna bounce, gonna bounce, gonna bounce. Boom. It does the opposite, and you just blew up one of your funded accounts, right? So your risk management is there for a reason, right? That's why you do your back testing and you journal these things at the end of the day, right? So you get in with a 5-minute ORB confirmation candle, you get a 1.2 risk to reward. Price action moves against you, you get stopped out at break even. Boom. You made some money. You're green on the day. If you hold it and you're like, okay, it's gonna go, the SPY looks good, the Qs look good. No, what is the price action telling you? Right? Because if you don't get out, and then all of a sudden, bang, boom, then you leverage in here, hopefully it's going to go back to the upside, and then this happens, and you just blew your account, right? So this is why being a part of a community is so important, is because you learn these things from people. You learn risk management. You learn how to manage a trade properly. But it comes with time, and you need to put in your screen time and back test. Market outlook on NVIDIA is I mean, it's kind of equal. There's a big order at 196. So, I mean, that does look good for a potential trade. Maybe I'll take a small stab at one if it goes above 195. But 23,000 shares at 196. And to the downside, 193 is 13,200 orders. That's for you, Harsh. How many likes are we at here? 568. That's pretty good. And we did a funded account giveaway today. Congratulations to the winner again. Percival, have you tried using the DAS risk control that will close a winning position if it pulls back? I've never used that one, Percival, actually. It's worth looking into. My hotkeys though, when I hit a partial, it automatically moves my stop loss to break even, and then I can look at other things or just go in the chat room. But for the most part, if you're in a trade, like you just watch it, just manage it, right? Unless you're trying to go into a second position. But the hotkeys that I use, once I take a partial, it automatically moves my stop loss to break even. Okay, let's continue right on here. Okay, so let's your tech titans. It's a little hot sector that I put together. We put together. So guys, just have a quick look at this. Obviously, Bitcoin's struggling a little bit. Our buddy there is, I think he's doubled down in his position. I think he's down, what is it, 18 billion or something. So good luck to him. I don't actually own any Bitcoin. I did own a little bit of Cardano a long time ago, like 2 or 3 years ago. But overall, I've never really traded crypto. It scares the hell out of me, to be honest. There is money to be made in it. There's no doubt about it. But I don't have a finger on the pulse for it. And I'm just going to trade to my 5-minute ORBs and my break and retest for now. Oil, Brent holding above $84. I'm not too sure what oil did today. We can look at that after. Energy stocks are up. XLE up 3.2% from last week. The cash flowing looks strong and the valuations are somewhat attractive. Michael Saylor, that's the guy. Yeah, Bitcoin. I don't know what that boy is doing, but it looks like he's in trouble. He knows something, or I don't know. He's fighting some demons for sure. Gold's trading around $2,400 an ounce. Central banks continues to buy. The miners are up 4.6%. GDX. So I mean, I have a little bit of gold, nothing crazy. I have a little bit of silver as well. Just these little guys here. These little 1 ounce. These little guys. 1 ounce silver. I have a few of those in the safe. Nothing crazy, but you can never go wrong with buying and selling gold. And then, okay, what else do we have here? You guys can look at the Bitcoin, obviously. This is Tech Titans I put up. This was a morning pulse from today. So can you talk a bit about how you deal with tilt, lots of drawdown, and blowing up? Have you dealt with these issues? 100% I have. Eddie, listen, I won't go too much into it. I know a lot of people have heard my story already, but I've blown multiple funded accounts. It's nothing for me to hide. I think I've blown about 4 or 5 of them, fully transparent. But it was when they were $299, and even now at $500, I think it's $499. There's a discount code out there somewhere, but my biggest thing is you need to journal things, and at the end of the day, come back, take a screenshot, and look at how you're executing, and hold yourself to that standard. And like honestly, like this third funded account, I had it maxed out at $10,000. Over the last 3 weeks, I've been fighting demons. Like, and a lot of it is my psychology. It's like I said, it's what's between your mind. Are you sitting down at 9:20 or 7:25 and just starting to trade, hoping? Or have you been here since 6:45? Have you been a part of the pre-market show, right? Have you logged into YouTube and watched Carlos and Peter, right? Have you listened to Jared, right? Have you done what you need to do every day? Are you checking those boxes? Because if you're not good between your ears, you're setting yourself up for failure, right? And personally, for me, like I got a lot going on. Like I had my stag. It was my 40th. I'm getting married next month, so I have a lot of stuff going on emotionally in my mind, and it's sometimes hard for me to balance those things, right? And everyone has their own things. If it's not a wedding, if it's not that, it's your kids, it's your life, it's your job, it's all these different things. Everyone has their own things in their life. But when you sit down in front of the screen, your job is to execute your edge. Your edge is what you've built over time in your trade book. It doesn't happen overnight. Like I said, like yesterday, I was building this slideshow for tomorrow. Like my screen time is up a lot because of I wanted to be a good trader. I want this lifestyle. I wanted to be a funded account winner. Like I had a vision board up with me taking a check from Andrew, right, for $10,000 because I believe that it can happen, right? And your mind is extremely powerful when you're using it in the right way. So being on tilt it sucks. I was on tilt last week, right? Like I didn't blow an account up, luckily, but I did decrease my sizing, and it's just about executing the trades. And if you have any more questions, just email me, Kyle@bearbulltraders.com. I can help you out with your funded accounts or anything like that. But um, the thing about trading is it's over a long period of time, right? Like this doesn't happen overnight. It takes honestly years to master this skill. It's just like getting a degree, right? It takes time, right? Like yes, we don't get a plaque on the wall at the end of it, but you can create your own. Just make a little plaque. You made it a month. You're profitable after a month. Put this on a little vision board. In 6 months, I want to be a profitable trader. Don't even think about being profitable. Just break even. And if you're just a break even trader, just understand that it's a process, right? And that's where P Capital for me was great. And like I said, I didn't get what I wanted out of it because my son was born, but what I did take out of it is the journaling and building your trade book. Log out your categories, right? If it's an A plus A plus setup, it's a Cat 1, Cat 2, Cat 3, and at the end of the day, categorize them, right? So email me. I'm not going to go too much into this, but everyone goes on tilt. Everyone has drawdowns, but you need the mental fortitude and you need to be willing to put the hard work in and back test and go over things at the end of the day. And we all get the same amount of time. And I love this analogy. It's what you do with it. You can't manage time, but you can manage your now I'm going to butcher it. You can't manage time. You can manage activity. That's what it is. You manage your activities. So instead of watching Netflix or watching soccer or watching hockey, whatever it is, you need to go and backtest. Go to tradingterminal.com. Backtest your strategy. Screenshot it. Journal it. If you want this lifestyle, it's possible, right? It can happen, but it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. Yeah, Eddie, reach out to me, buddy. Send me an email. Yeah, congrats. Yeah, congrats. Yeah, thank you for the blessings on the wedding. Yeah, we're doing a backyard wedding at my fiance's dad's house in Calgary. It's just going to be small. It's around 70 people, but I'm definitely excited. But that's the thing, right? Like all these things are weighing on my mind, right? But when you sit down, you need to just execute your edge, right? And what's your edge? I can't create it for you. You can't copy trade. Don't mirror trade anybody. You build this yourself. You need to do it, and then you'll become successful. Believe you can do it because it can happen. If I can do it, anyone can do it, right? The only book I ever read about trading was Andrew's after COVID, right? And it led me to where I am now. But like I always say, there's levels to this game, right? You read the book, you learn about hotkeys, you learn how to use DAS, you learn about this and that and this and that. But it's in your mind, right? You want this lifestyle. Every day, move the dial a little bit in the right direction and you'll get there. For me, like I've been trading 3 years, I'm still learning every single day. Eamon was gracious enough. I didn't buy Eamon's book. He sent it to me and I read it in probably 3 to 4 days. Did I understand everything in it? Absolutely not. And that's why reading it multiple times, going back to chapters, that's where You change as a person too, because as you trade and you start to understand what he's saying, you implement that into your trade book, and then that just gives you you sharpen your edge a little bit more, right? So and that's why you show up to these sessions, right? You go into the BBT back room and you watch all these trading sessions, categories, strategies. Which one aligns with you and your personality, right? Everyone trades a little bit differently, but how do you want to trade? How do you see yourself as a trader? Write these things down. Are you a scalper? No, I don't think I can be a good scalper. Okay, well, don't watch my videos. Don't watch Andrew's videos, right? Scalping's it's a different game. You have to really have tight risk management. You have to understand price action. I'm very open about this. Like I said, I put $15,000 in an account. I lost 8,000. I tried mirror trading. It is Do not do it. Save your money. Listen to me. Okay. If you mirror trade with somebody and don't have good risk management, you'll lose your money. You'll blow a funded account. No doubt about it. Okay, sorry, I'm going on about a couple rants here. This is something I got about 7 minutes left on YouTube, but I wanted to bring this up. This is all through AI. Okay, this is the best traders of all time, starting from left to right. Ray Dalio. Okay, key achievements. Look at these. Look at these guys. Okay, trading style, micro investing. But look at what's on the right here. Look at these two who came up. Dr. Amen. Key achievements. Author, doctor, mentor, coach, trading style. And to the right, look who else came up. Mr. Andrew Aziz. This man's climbed Everest. Let's not forget, this man climbed Mount Everest. I don't know a single person in my network who has climbed Mount Everest. So kudos to you. Entrepreneur, $12 million portfolio. He chooses Lamborghini over Porsche. I know Peter would have something to say about that, but it's listen. I'm just so happy for Eamon. As a first-time dad, being a dad is an unbelievable feeling, and I'm so happy for you, buddy. And congrats to your success as well. But yeah, this is Dr. Andrew Aziz up there as well. What else we got up here? A couple more slides. Got about 6 minutes left. This one's just on Market Atlas. I'm going to jump back into the trading quickly. I'm going to roll that into the Bearable Traders chat room. You guys are stuck with me for 2 hours today, so I got some tea. My voice is probably going to go, but stick with me. I'm yet to have breakfast, and what time is it here? It's 5 to 10, so it's okay. NVDA, let's see. Oh yeah, what were we looking at? Oh yeah, NVIDIA for a long. So it still has never got on top of this range that I wanted to see. 5 minutes. Straight across. So I'm not going to trade that just yet. If there's any more questions in the chat, just fire them in there. Got about 5 minutes left. Hi, Kyle. Can I get your email to ask you something? Yeah, it's Kyle@bearabletraders.com. Harsh, this one is this NVIDIA. This chart is my last funded account here. So this one's good. I mean, it's good, not great. Like like I said, I did have it maxed out at 10,000, but I was fighting some demons over the last month, honestly. Last week I had like one hiccup with like the DAS hotkeys that really sewered me, but overall, like I said, I just fighting demons, and that's why today, like, I had a really good trade. I stuck to my trade book well. I managed it well, and that's the beauty of trading. Eventually, with like knowing my hit rates are around 70%, for the love of God, one day I'm gonna get out of the red. And like I had a good day on Friday, had a better day today, but just stick with your process, and it'll happen. So how far have we come, Kyle Taylor, from no headphones to audio to handling the whole show for an hour? Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I knew honestly, like Saturday when Eamon had that baby, I was like, oh my God, I have so much airtime by myself. I knew this was gonna happen, so I was like, fuck, I gotta do something here. And I mean, AI makes it really easy, honestly. And Eamon sets the pre-market show up. I just took one of his slides and I just kind of ran with this yesterday. So hopefully you guys get some value out of it. And yeah, let's enjoy it together. I don't know what else we have. Is your email Kyle at Bearable? Yep, Jessica, you bet. Kyle at BearableTraders.com. I'm scared to see what other slides I put on here. I forget what the last one was. I think that was it, Market Atlas. So this is just a quick little Market Atlas. If you guys don't use it, honestly, this is such a game changer for me. So much so I had a sweater made about it, but Market Atlas has really changed my trading, and you just need to use it as another indicator, right? So take a screenshot of this. I'll share this with anybody that wants it, but it's such an incredible tool. I never used Bookmap previously to Market Atlas. Like I knew Eamon used it a lot. Like he lived by it, and I kind of looked at it a little bit. Brian used it periodically. Well, no, he actually used it every single day. Who am I kidding? Periodically. So if you aren't a member at tradingturbo.com, it's definitely worth it. Head over there. That you can download Market Atlas. You can get into the funded account and just use this as another tool, because when you can see these liquidity of where the price is, it can really help your trading. So stick to it and just continue working towards your goals, you guys. And congrats. There you go, Mr. Eamon. I'll put that up one more time for you. We got one minute left on YouTube. Hope you guys had a great day. We finished with 570 likes. That's amazing. Again, pick up Eamon's book. It is free on Amazon. It's the Kindle version, I believe. Go download it. If you have Amazon, go do it. I mean, honestly, like if he can come back and we can have an extra 25 reviews for him, I think he'd really appreciate that. So have a good rest of your day, you guys. It's almost 10 o'clock. I'm going to jump over to the Bearable Traders chat room. And you guys have an amazing rest of your trading day. I'm going to see. Okay, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good day.